MFA agent just subscribed for 4 months.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we're going to be playing in the GRF Stage 1. We're going to be playing some Red Eyes Meteor, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I haven't actually touched this deck yet. I think overall, this is probably going to be the most fun deck out of all the new decks. And I don't just mean that because it's really good. What I mean is, it does everything that I want a deck to do, right? You're able to summon out lots of big guys. That's always really fun. You're able to get a lot of extra plussing. So one of my favorite decks of all time in Rush, I think now has been usurped because it's now, I think, Spark Hearts. But Spark Hearts is another good example of this. Spark Hearts is a deck where you plus. And I'm being attacked by a moth. Ah, go away. How did you even get in here? Anyway. Rudely interrupted like that. Before that, my favorite deck was Agents, or as it used to be called, Secret Investigator, which is Terza / Mitsuko's deck. It's the light reptile deck. And the reason I like that deck so much is because it pluses a bunch, right? You have all the means you need to gain so much value out of everything you're doing. You had good ways to reduce your opponent's attack. It was a very comfortable deck to play. And in a similar way, I think the Red Eyes deck does a lot of that as well. The Red Eyes deck is very somewhat consistent. It is very easily able to toolbox the graveyard using Medic. You're able to get a lot of plussing between Chick, between Drake, between Pot of Greed, between Legendary Magician, between Swarm. Like, the deck just has a lot of plussing, and I think that's going to make the deck very, very fun to play. So, I am quite looking forward to that. I like Noodles, and I really want Noodles to be my favorite deck out of the box, but they just have so many weaknesses, and I've gone over this in the dedicated Noodle video, and went over it again in the tier list video that's just gone up as well. So we've gone over Noodles so many times. And again, I still stand by that there are people, I think, that massively underestimate the Noodle deck, and they think it's like actually garbage tier, when actually the deck is fine. The problem is, being fine isn't necessarily good enough, right? That's how I am kind of looking at it at the moment. But before we jump in and start playing and start yapping and doing all the usual, we should say hello to people in chat. So we have Darth Victor with the first. Welcome on in, Darth Victor. Welcome. Probably fallen asleep by the time you started. Well, if you do, you do. Hello, Ninjetti Ursus. Welcome. We have Globe X in the chat. Hello, Globe. We have Wuo Swallow. I'm really bad with names. I'm really bad with names. So Wuo. Hello, Wuo. Welcome. We have a tier 1 subscription for 4 months from Mufhum. Welcome back, Mufhum. I really, again, really bad with names. I don't know, Hum, I think is what I usually call you. I like I say, I'm awful. I have the memory of a goldfish, and I can't pronounce names for shit. Those are my 2 superpowers that I have. Woo Red Eyes Gaming. I mean, I'm looking forward to playing this deck. I am really looking forward to it. Look, it's Lin Tomato. How's Link Tomato doing? Link Tomato? I mean, am I supposed to be getting a reference there? Is it Scary Moth? Exactly, it was Scary Moth. He popped out of nowhere. We're joking at the fact that it's Zelda music. Ah, I see. Before you say that you fall asleep, I'm barely awake. Nice. I got top 8 in today's PB with Noodles. I still have some copium left. Yeah, I actually did. I don't know how many times you were spectated, but I did spectate one of your games today. When you were playing against... like a really weird bubble actress / like Metarian deck, and it was using the normal field spell. It was a very strange game to watch, but I did see a little bit. I like to keep my my eye on the point battles. Unfortunately, I was too busy today to actually play in the point battle, but I have played in, I want to say, 4 or 5 of them. I haven't been able to play in the last few days, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. But hello, Dwan. Welcome. We were actually talking about yesterday, because we watched the Vrains episode where Playmaker summoned out Dark Fluid, and I was like, it's the Dwan card! It's Dwan's guy! And I was like, yeah, Dwan, he's the Dark Fluid guy. But yeah, that was just, I just thought I'd mention that. We have Corey in the chat. Hey, at least I am not 2 hours late today. Sad I missed most of Brains. Yeah, it's a shame, especially because we don't keep the VODs. I don't know if there is a good way to keep the VODs without stuff potentially having issues. Because that's the problem, right? So it's copyright stuff. You know, I'm pretty sure we're operating in a very legal grey area where I probably shouldn't be streaming it at all. But it just feels like everyone's doing it and no one's getting told off and they're taking specific precautions. And maybe that's helping. So, in Kobe Hum, it's chill. Okay, Hum. We're gonna try and remember that. I will forget that because again, my memory of Goldfish. Yeah, I don't know what it was about. Yeah, it was very strange. At least it's not Crimson, missing 6 episodes of Ghost Scale, technically 5. Also, I finished Act 1 of Expedition 33 yesterday. That's why I was late. God damn, this game. Really up there already as one of my favorite RPGs ever. Maybe even one of my top games. Yes. I mean, Expedition 33, I think, is incredible. It's one of those games as well that I think a lot of people are going to underestimate because they think it's all it's all surface level. Whereas the game goes so deep, and it's so good. But the other thing is, there are a subset of people that get annoyed at a game or just a media piece in general. So it could be a movie, it could be a TV series, could be anything, right? Because it gets overhyped. The problem is, Expedition 33 was so good that everyone started glazing it. And then there's a group of people out there that are like, it's getting glazed so much now I hate it. Like, it is annoying to me that this game is getting so much attention. And it's a shame that that happens. Because it is genuinely a really good game. Like, it is really, really good. Like I say, it's one of my favorite games of all time. And it has so much, like, replayability as well, which is really, really good. I haven't actually done a replay through yet, but I will in the future for sure, for sure. There's a great way. Tomato gotta ask, which is your favorite episode yesterday, and which episode is your favorite so far? I struggle with individual episodes. I am better off at picking arcs that I like, characters that I like, decks that I like, and duels that I like. If you want to break that down to, like, yesterday, I mean, there was half of a duel and half of a duel, so it doesn't really translate super well. At the moment, in terms of reigns, my favorite duel is easily Spectre versus Lightning. That duel is the best duel. That for me is probably in top 5 duels in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, that might be a little bit hyperbolic to say, because again, I haven't sat down, had a big list of all the duels, gone through them all, and really thought about it, compared, or what would my top 5 be? So it might not actually be in my top 5, but like, the vibe right now, top 5 best duels of all time in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, it was so good. So good. I love the decks, I love the players, I love how everything unfolds, like, everything was so good. It was so good. In terms of which character I like most, I mean, Go Season 1 is still really high up there. I really like Go from Season 1. Revolver is fantastic, everyone loves Revolver. I really like Spectre as well. I think Spectre is a really, really interesting character, and I really, really like him. I like his deck. I like how, like, creepy he is. I like his, like, demeanor of, like, oh, I am weak. I know I'm weak. But because I know I'm weak, I'm, like, I'm used to that. I'm used to, like, playing around that. And I think that's a really interesting dynamic to take. Those are probably... I mean, you got the comic relief characters. Like, I love Brave Max. I love, the pigeon and the frog. But, like, you know, they're comic relief. That's kind of in a different category altogether. Hi, how is everyone going? Like, hello, Isla. Welcome on in. Yeah, we're just yapping at the moment. We're just doing a yap as is usual. Favorite arc. Ooh. My personal opinion is I think the first arc was the best arc. But that comes with so many caveats, because the first arc had the most speed duels. And although I don't despise speed duel. It's not like, oh, they're speed dueling. Turn the show off. I don't like this anymore. But it is like, I would much rather watch Master Duels. But I think the first arc had a more satisfying conclusion. I think the second arc dragged on a bit. I feel like there were a lot of, like, empty duels that didn't need to be there. And there were a lot of, like, bloated conversation pieces that also didn't need to be there. Yeah, I think I agree with that. And also, what they did to Go was so awful. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. I don't know who on the creative writing team thought that would be a good idea. I don't know, man. It's really weird. Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy and Pokemon are some of my favorite franchises ever. So I knew I would probably love E33, but my PC wasn't able to handle the game when it came out. So now I'm enjoying it. Better late than never. Yes! I mean, it is fantastic, right? Like, Expedition 33 to me is, what if Final Fantasy kept doing what they were doing from, like, let's say Final Fantasy 10, maybe 30. It's hard to pick like the best, like, era of Final Fantasy, but, like, Final Fantasy were known for making story-driven RPGs with, like, first-class graphics. Like, at the time, Square Enix, when they were releasing, like, Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, and even, like, 6 to an extent, they were on the cutting edge of graphical fidelity in video games. Like, nothing looked better than those games at that time. Now, you look back at it now, they look disgustingly ugly, or charmingly old. right? Those are kind of the ways you could kind of call those old games, because they're on PS1. Like, obviously, 10 was on PS2, and that was kind of in that category as well. But Expedition 33 feels like a love letter to those games, where it is a gorgeous game. Like, the game looks amazing, but also sticks to, like, the turn-based. It's very story-driven. There's lots of, like, intricate cutscenes. Like, it kind of fits that mold, which is why I love it so much. It feels like the way I would have preferred Final Fantasy went, rather than the direction it actually took. Spectre vs. Lightning will be beaten in 2 weeks, trust me. Okay. I mean, those are big shoes to fill. Yeah, Spectre vs. Lightning is up there for top duels, together with Sora and Shay, with 2 to 3 other duels in overall feel and epicness. Yes, I think if I was to go through, just off the top of my head, right, just straight off the dome, right, so again, I'm going to forget some stuff, because we always do. I would say Kaiba vs. Yugi, Battle City Finals. Fantastic. Gotta be one of the best duels of all time. Shun versus Sora, one of the best duels of all time. Spectre versus Lightning, one of the best duels of all time. The thing is, there are, like, a lot of other really good duels I can think of, but I'm thinking if they're, like, as cool as those three. Like, those three might just be my top 3 at the moment. Because, like, I like Revolver versus Playmaker. That was a good duel. Like, Revolver versus Playmaker, the end of Season 1. I thought that was a good duel. But, like, did it really reach the levels? I actually think, in my opinion, Go versus Revolver was better. It's a tricky one. We'll have to sit down and actually look through, like, a list of, like, the best duels and kind of rank them at some point. I think that would be a good thing to do. You're playing Duel Links, so it will be a bit hard. You're playing Duel Links, so it will be a bit hard to. I have no idea what we're talking about there. Trust me, second to last duel is the best. You're going to love it. Go versus Revolver was peak. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But let's go ahead and hop in and actually play some games. So I guess I'll show off the deck first quick. So this is what we're playing today. This is going to be a pretty much a very standard list. Like, the weirdness is, like, the trap lineup is maybe a little bit different to what you'd normally see. And we're playing one copy of Curse. Quite often you'd see the double Curse, or you'd see, like, the back row hate. So, like, that's kind of the flex slots. Everything else is pretty much mandatory. Some people will only play 2 order. We're trying out 3 for now. We're going to see how it feels. That is the gist. No equip. No, we're not playing the equip in this build. This is the build that actually won a tournament. The equip spell is, like, a really weird card where I don't know if I actually like it. But again, we'll test it. We'll test with it, we'll test without it, and we'll see how it goes. The equip spell, I think is overhyped a little bit, but I could be wrong. The idea is you never really want to play an equip spell unless it's, like, free, and we're against Rush on Prima. Watch us lose to Rush on Prima, by the way. I'm going to call it right now. I mean, this hand doesn't really do a lot. I think we're probably just going to set the hand. We'll keep the Meteor Dragon in hand, because that turns the skill on. Then we'll just pass. I think this is fine. 2 Secret Order normally, I think, and 1 Curse more instead. And yeah, maybe 1 track part different. Okay, we're just doing this. So we're not actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Today, it would appear. Which I guess is fine. We'll go Meteor Black Rising, reveal Meteor Dragon. We'll go ahead and grab Red Eyes Black Dragon. Then, I mean, yeah, I guess we're just going to click buttons. We might as well just go for you. We'll go 1, we'll go 2, summon out the big boy. We can flip. I guess we will tribute to summon. Activate the effect. 1, 2, 3. I mean, this is just lethal, right? I don't need to do any of this. Let's just go battle. Let's not waste time here. See, this is one of the things I was a little bit worried about, is not finding real games. So this might be a bit of a weird one. This is what I had during my entire 13 needed PvP wins. Yeah, this is what I mean as well. There's been a lot of people that are posting their win streaks from Go Hard Rush Festival. And again, I don't want to tear them down, because if you've got a nice win streak and you're happy, I want you to be happy, right? I really want you to be happy. And I'm happy for you that you're happy. Oh, we are in an ad break, so we'll let the ad break tick down, and then we'll continue that thought. Let's Pog. Then we'll special summon this in defense. Activate the effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure, I'll grab this. What is the next part of the plan? I guess we're going to go this, because there's no way we're leaving all of that in hand. So we'll go ahead and use the effect. That's fine. Do we even want to bother sending that? I don't think we need to. Then we'll go ahead and tribute over this to summon this. Activate its effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no reason not to, right? Because we can just tribute set the 1, which is like fine. So tribute set over this. We'll set this, and we'll set this, and that way we have a card in hand ready to use the skill next turn. Our GRF win streak isn't really hard, which is sad. I had 2 duels that were challenging, but that was about it. That's a bit of a shame that you got the... We didn't keep 2 in hand. Yeah, it's one of those things where there's no matchmaking in the GRF stage 1. So you can just bully newer players, unfortunately. I mean, again, we might die here. Like, there's a chance we just lose here. But, I mean, it's a turn 2 curse play in an OTK deck, so... Nah. I mean, you could make the argument that we should have played around curse, but we didn't even know what we were playing against. It's one of those where I don't want to, like, sit here and pretend that we're just going to have, like, a free streak the whole way through. Because we're probably going to run into a couple of people that are going to be really challenging for us. At the same time, we're probably going to get a lot of games like that last game, which aren't real games. Hello, United for Eternity. Welcome, welcome. You've caught us playing GRF. About to get killed by Blue Eyes. Cyber Dragon, that's the one. Well, 1900 to the dome. Another 1000. Then he knows that has 2000 defense. Yeah, so he's not attacking into it. Still no spell. Feels bad, man. I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's start by summoning Dragon Chick. See if there's a delay. No delay. Activate Dragon Chick. We'll grab back Drake. Tribute over Drake. Or... Dragon's Chick. Activate Drake. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that gets us the fusion. So now, what do we want to do? We have everything we need. But we do have double order, which kind of makes me want to get the red eyes from the deck. So we will go ahead and do that, I think. We will reveal this Meteor Dragon. Grab this out. So, the question now becomes, do we bother playing around the back row? I mean, we could. With this hand, we can double, pop, pop, and then just swing in. If we play around the back row, can we still find lethal? I don't think so. Pop that, pop that. Attack over that. That attacks that. Attack with that. That'd be 35 plus 23, which is not lethal. So I guess we're just not going to play around the back row and see what happens. There's no... Oh, I guess that could work. Okay, I'll go ahead and flip this up. We'll go ahead and use... I'd have to summon that, use that. Yeah, okay. Right, we'll go Meteor Flare Fusion. We'll go into this. We'll use this and this from the field. We'll summon this out. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this. We'll put the back row. We'll put the back row. Alright, so now we summon Medic. Activate Medic's effect. I don't want you. I'll grab this back. Then we Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Activate Meteor Flare Fusion. We go 1, we go 2. Summon out another Meteor Black Dragon. Here, there's no reason to not pop the defense card. We bring this back. We go to battle. We swing over. We swing over. And we swing over. Okay, there we go. We had the lethal line, which is all we needed. I faced Cyber, and that triggered the Red Eyes trap and swung into the fusion. I gotta go. I got a giant headache. Need a nap. Won't be on Sunday because I have visitors. I mean, I'm not going to be streaming on Sunday, so that's fine. I mean, we'll save that replay. That was a pretty good replay of us demonstrating our deck, even though it was against Cyber Dragon. So that took me a little while because I wanted to pop the back row and still have enough for lethal, so I had to find the line to do that. We needed to make room using the Red Eyes Black Dragon. I didn't know that. Yeah, so I said this on the watch-along stream yesterday, but I'm not going to be try-harding in the Goha Rush Stage 2. I'm going to be playing it very casually, and I think there's going to be probably some people that are try-harding it that are going to be streaming, so I would rather people watching them, and I'd rather like tune into their streams myself than actually stream it myself when I'm just kind of messing about, right? That's a hand. Okay. I mean, with a hand like this, we have to pot a greed turn 1. Alright, Meteor Drake's effect. There's the Meteor Dragon we wanted, so we'll go ahead and grab that. Pop these back. So I could Tribute Set, then use that, get that back. Tribute over it again, use its effect again. I don't even hate that, to be honest. It's a bit weird, but I don't hate it. Activate Meteor Dragon's check. We'll grab back Meteor Drake. Like, if we got another Meteor Dragon off of this, then we are in such a good spot. Because that also means we can keep 2 cards in hand. We did not. That's a shame. But it is what it is. So now we will... Unironically, I could fuse these and go for another dig. And that means I'd have... So the only reason not to is to play around Curse. So it comes down to like... I mean, we wouldn't be playing around Curse anyway. So I think screw it. We'll go for it. This is maybe like a little bit like over the top, but we're going to go for it. We'll summon out Swarm. Activate Swarm. Bring this back. Activate the effect. There's the Meteor Dragon I wanted. Give me that boy. Then we'll set, 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 and pass. Okay. Dig, woohoo. This feels overkill. Nah, this is fine. We only have 1 trap card to protect us. You want to put as many stats on the board as possible, right? Okay. I mean... This is interesting. We're forced to pop the monster. I mean, we have everything we need to out this guy. It's just going to come down to what is that back row. Alright, we draw. That is a hand. We always use the skill here first. Because I want this out of the deck and I want to shuffle the deck. So now we'll go ahead and activate Meteor Drake. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, that's a shame. But it's going to happen. Next up, I think we just hard shotgun Meteor Flare Fusion. I can get that back. Use Meteor Flare Fusion again. I'd have to tribute, but that's fine. Okay, I mean, we have, like, Giga Lethal here, so I guess we'll just go for the Meteor Flare Fusion. We'll go for this. We're going to use this. And this. Summon out this. I just need to make sure that I have everything correct here. So we summon that, we get rid of this. We have to summon this over this. Summon that, put that back. Get that, fuse, do that. Okay, I think this is fine. Then we summon out Rocket Medic. Activate the effect. Grab this back. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon this. Activate Meteor Flare Fusion. We go 1, we go 2, summon out Meteor Black Dragon. Get rid of that. And then, I mean, this is spinning plates a little bit, but this is the reason we did all of that, so we could specifically make this board, so. Okay. Again, it's a weird duel because we're not against something strong, but we did show off what we were doing really well. That was like a really good turn 1 to show off, so I think we are going to save that replay. Alright, let's try and catch up with chat a little bit. We have King John in the chat. Hello, hello. I just thought of something. Most Maximums are proper Megazords. Especially all of the Magnum Overlord ones, yeah. Huh? GRF ladder is fascinating. Yes, it is a very strange place. Hello, Ghost Amigo. Welcome, welcome. Especially machine ones, except the Jointech one. It's basically all of the Magnum Overlords. They're all Megazords, effectively. Not double fusion play. Ah, never mind. This is the double fusion. Exactly. If you're wondering, despite Magnum, Overwrit's still one overall piece, so it's more of a single Zord than a Megazord. So it is made of 3 different things. So in the card art for Magnum Overlord, it is 3 different separate robots that combine together into one. Now, you could make the argument it's not made of 5, so it's not a Megazord, but it is still 3 different robots that combine together. 9,000 attack board. Just casual 9,000. In fact, it was more than 9,000, right? It was a 10,100 attack board. Shine Steel Ultra Dragon Devastator Oki Abyss is really the closest example, but it's literally made up of 3 smaller sea vehicles combining into a big dragon. I mean, the Dino Fury Megazord was only made up of 3. Alright, let's get this out of the way. I'm old. I'm very old, right? I watched Power Rangers when it was Mighty Morphing Power Rangers. And I was massively huge into Power Rangers from, again, Mighty Morphin. I watched Turbo, the one where they all had cars, and like the associated movie. I watched when they were all ninjas. I think that was still part of Mighty Morphin. Then I watched Neo. I watched In Space. That might be all the ones I watched. And then after that, I stopped watching it. But again, that was like my childhood, was watching all of those shows. And I've watched the odd thing. Like, I remember on Netflix, they did like a Power Rangers. Like, they brought back like all the old actors. You know, the ones that are, you know, are still alive, because unfortunately some of them did pass away. And they did like a kind of like a Digimon Adventure try, where it was like, oh, this is what they're all doing years later. I watched that as well, and that was very nostalgic for me. Hello, Neo X Noah as well. Welcome, welcome. Kind of funny, Konami limited noodles to 1 fusion per turn, then there's Red Eyes popping 1 each time they fusion summon Lamau. I mean, noodles can do the same thing, right? If you just don't activate the skill, you can go into double Broth, get double pop, and then have a ridiculously big board, exactly the same as Red Eyes does. The major difference is Red Eyes is allowed to use their skill the turn they want to do that. So it's very tricky. Basically, you're right, Magnum, Overlord, and all of its counterparts are also Megazords. Yeah, there's that one with the animals. I don't know. So I remember I was babysitting at one point, and you know, you're looking through kids' channels to put something on. And I remember Power Rangers came up, and it was Power Rangers... Was it Dino Thunder? Or no, maybe it wasn't. It was the one where the actor who played Tommy, who was the green, white, red... He's been like all the different coloured Rangers at this point. I forget what the actor's name. Unfortunately, again, I believe he is passed away as well, which is unfortunate. But I watched an episode of that where he was like the Black Ranger... And it was, I don't know. But again, I'm very much out of the loop when it comes to Power Rangers. Or Super Sentai. But I don't know what the one with the animals is. Did you ever watch the Irish Power Rangers Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog? I have never heard of that, Gunkin Shipshari. So the answer is no. I guess Wish of Outers would also count. There is no proper combination seat when set, unless you count the two bigger arms floating past the screen. Oh, right, we're talking about the Outerverse Maximum. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's definitely a weird one. Yeah, that was Dino Thunder. Okay. I believe it's Wild Fury or Jungle Fury, the name of the animal Power Rangers. Well, it's a bit of a weird one, right? Because even... Like, obviously, Mighty Morphin is just dinosaurs, right? And then after that, they got, like, the ninjas. And when they became the Ninja Rangers, they had animals as well, right? It was Frog, Eagle... Gazelle, Gorilla. I can't even remember them all. They had like new animals, and they were just animals rather than dinosaurs. My personal favorite Power Ranger season. Nice, nice. Right, let's hop into another game. Let's see what's going on here. Also, what's that thing? That's the thing at that point. Those weren't the same Rangers. Each season was secluded to itself. Ah, I see. Well, it was like... Because it had like a different intro, I think, when they became ninjas. But also they had the movie as well with Ivan Ooze. Like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. Dino Charge is my favorite. I think it's one of those things where specifically the English version of Power Rangers, I think I outgrew it. Because the English version was very much tailoring to younger children. And I kind of like, yeah, like I say, I got to a point where I was like, I'm a bit old for this now. But the Japanese version, Super Sentai, was still very much all in on like a very wide demographic. They weren't just specifically targeting children with it. What are we doing here? I mean, we could just go for the fusion, pop the back row, slam in. That's not bad. I guess we do that. So we'll go ahead and use the skill. We'll reveal the Meteor Dragon. We'll go ahead and grab the Red Eyes Black Dragon. We'll shoot off the Meteor Flare Fusion immediately. The question is, do we pop the back row? If we don't pop the back row, we might just have lethal. So it's like, how greedy we getting with this? If I do that, I'd have 31 plus 35 plus like 18. That'd be what, 200? I mean, yeah, that would be lethal if we just ignore the back row. Let's go for it. Let's get greedy. Everyone loves a bit of greed. Right, we'll go check. Activate check. Grab this back. Then we just summon this out, I think. We're one card shy. I guess I could have kept the check on the board. No, I don't think it would have made any difference. Right, we have all normal monsters. Ah, okay, he's got something. I don't know what that something is. No, it wasn't lethal anyway. Why did I think this was lethal? Oh, because No, I thought I was going to get a second pop, I think. Either way, it's sort of irrelevant. He's got a trap card that he could activate, but it looks like he's Just going to be summing out 1500 attackers anyway. Also, what's the thing? A really cool episode in that one where all of the past rangers got together to fight a villain. I did see there was like an episode special where they got like all the red rangers back, and I was like, that's a cool idea. I do love that kind of idea. Okay. This is actually kind of a tricky one. I could summon that, get that back, then I wouldn't have access. Oh no, I would have access to that. Okay, let's go Meteor Dragon check. Activate the effect. We'll grab this back. We'll activate the skill. We'll grab this out of the deck. Actually, I probably should have grabbed it from Graveyard, really. There wasn't really a reason to do it like this. Then we'll go Meteor Flare. So we know that that back row was activatable, but he didn't use it. So, like, should I pop that or should I pop a different one? I mean, I know it's activatable, so let's just see what it is. Okay, it was Phantom Bind. I did have a thought that it might be Phantom Bind. Okay, it didn't matter. It was lethal anyway. But Dino Charge is my favorite. But if we go over to the sadly decreased Super Sentai, that would be an exclusive Season 2 labeled Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger, I see. Which had cop and robbers theme with two teams that were always butting against each other. I mean, yeah, but you got to remember, when it comes to, like, over to Power Rangers, it is going to be a different kettle of fish altogether, right? Like, yeah, they're from the same source material, but it's not, like, the same show. You could make an argument Power Rangers is kind of butchered the Super Sentai Rangers. Tomato Tier 1 deck, I thought he was cool. Hello, a human Portuguese dub fan. We got to make a video at some point. You're playing Vanilla Turbo, don't overthink it. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Shari, but I have this tendency to overthink absolutely everything. That is just how I function. Thank you for the follow, Maro. Welcome, welcome. Depends on... The sixth Ranger was a double agent that would commonly switch between sides depending on his interests. Okay. Is Phantom Bind Trust? Never mind, it's the barrier. It was totally Phantom Bind. Urubi spotted, exactly. Yap. Hi, Tomato. Hi, Sakadetsu. Welcome, welcome. The transformation device is a gun, and the gimmicks were little vehicles that were also the Zords. I see. Oh, well, it actually was Phantom Bind. Yeah, I genuinely was like, it's probably Phantom Bind based on all the other cards he's playing. But he's probably just like a speed player that's just like, I just want the gems. So he doesn't care. He's just like, if I keep ramming my head into this wall, I'll eventually break it. It actually was Phantom Bind. Hope you have a great day. Oh, yeah, we're going to have a fantastic day, I'm sure. 5-stream streak as well, congratulations. I like to call them versus vehicles. The Lupin Rangers had aerial vehicles called Dial Fighters that had built-in safe dial on it. And the Pat Rangers had land vehicles called the Trigger Machines with a trigger always near the back. I see. Alright, let's hop on into another game. Please, you're welcome. I heard you at the Happy Ryax Rush tourney last Friday. Yes, we do... So Brian is absolutely fantastic. Brian is always looking to get, you know, anyone in for Rush, because I think Monosync, well, I don't say I think, I know Monosync was there as well. We all got to have a lovely little chat, talk about the meta. Obviously, we do Rush here, right? We're Rush guys. That's what we do here. I would go into further detail, but today's not the time for it. I mean, I don't mind talking about stuff like Power Rangers. As long as, like, everyone in chat is kind of on board with it, right? Because I think for a lot of people, it's going to be, like, kind of nostalgic. It's the same with, like, Digimon. So, obviously, we were playing through the Digimon Time Stranger game. And so I like talking about Digimon. Some people in the chat really like to talk about Digimon. But it's got to be, like, you know, everyone's on board or everyone's not on board, right? Because I don't mind having a chinwag. I also like talking to people about stuff they're passionate about. Because I think that's just really... It's just cool, right? It's interesting to listen to what people care about. How greedy do we get here? This is like sort of greedy, but also sort of not. We're just going to set everything. So we're not keeping a card in hand for Shady, because I don't think he's going to do anything crazy turn 1. The biggest punish here should be just Curse. But I was never playing around Curse here anyway. Also, this series is actually kind of decent. I enjoy reading the chat about Power Rangers. I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's nice just to have a little chat, right? Well, all right, that's everyone on board with it. I can continue. And I'm Speed Player, but I don't mind playing Rush. It's really cool to play. And I will play GRF Stage 2 this weekend. Nice, nice. Yeah, I do play a bit of Speed. I'm a dinosaur player. I've played dinosaurs competitively in the past in Speed. That is a hand. What on earth? Can I have my Legend Magicians back? So, what do we do with this? We're in like a really awkward position where I think we have to just dig, because we can't do nothing. This doesn't do anything right now, so we have to just tribute this out. Activate the effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, not ideal, because it means we have to dig again. Else we're not doing anything. So, here we go again. We need a Meteor Dragon. There's Meteor Dragon. There he is. Okay. This doesn't matter because we're about to shuffle the deck. Reveal. Grab you. Then... I mean, I think we just go into Mars first, right? Not Mars. What's it called? Swarm. I think we always go Swarm first. We go 1, we go 2. We'll summon out Swarm. Activate the effect. Bring back me. So the greedy play would be to bring back Drake. And then use Drake's effect again. And hope to dig into another one. But, like, I don't even think we need that. Look at him. Think he can hit me with his trap card? No, 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 no. One-way trip to the Shadow Realm, my friend. Alright, let's try and catch up again, because I'm really bad at keeping up with chat. I think I watched one random episode of Power Rangers on TV once, but I have no idea what episode or season it would have been. Yes. I mean, it's one of those things. Either you're, like, generally, like, super invested into it, or you're just not, right, fundamentally. It's one of those things where I got into it really young. I would have been, like 3 or 4 years old when I got into it. And then I kept that going until I was, like, 9 or 10. But because I got into it as a child, now it's very nostalgic for me. So now if I see any Power Rangers related, like, news or anything, like, there was a Power Rangers fighting game, Battle for the Grid. And I quite like fighting games. Like, I'm not like an expert fighting game player, but I am kind of a casual fan. I do enjoy playing them very casually. And when I was like, there's a fighting game that's Power Rangers, I was like, okay, I'm in. Let's see what's going on with this. The main difference for you, if you transform in the either team, is outside, or if you use Trigger Machine, it Dial Fighter, it would be the order of operations. We're watching Red Eyes. We have like 90% of the brain free. Exactly. A nerd named BT. Welcome, welcome. Yu-Gi-Oh. Always Yu-Gi-Oh. We always love a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh here. So you're one of those annoying Misk users. Yes, that's me. I will defend Misk. I will always defend Misk. Misk is a necessary evil, right? We need Misk in Dinosaurs. If you don't have Misk, that deck is a garbage tier pile of crap. The deck is so interruptible, and even with Misk, that deck can still fall apart so easily. So, even though people are like, I don't like Misk because, like, my very specific interactions don't necessarily work how I want them to, there are so many ways to play through Misk anyway, right? If you have anything that can activate in the battle phase, immediately Misk doesn't do anything. If you can interact with any of the non-dinosaurs, which your board is going to end on mostly non-dinosaurs, again, Misk has done nothing. If you're able to interact with the graveyard in any meaningful way, Misk does nothing. So it's like, I'm the biggest Misk apologist of all time. 3 Meteor Fusion in hand looks so terrifying. It looks scarier than it is, to be fair. I'll start off with the patch ranges. After loading your dial fighter onto the gun charger called the Versus Changer. Isn't the Versus Changer something from Pokemon? After waiting a few seconds, the charger will announce the phrase Patch Rise, which is your cue to hold the button near the back of the gun, twist the barrel. I don't think we need this much detail, to be fair, King John. Now, I get we're happy about talking about Power Rangers. I don't think we need to know the exact motions required to, like, make shit happen, right? I think the only ones I watched were the old ones related to Mighty Morphing, Time Force, SPD, Jungle Fury, and the Dino Run. I never watched Jungle Fury. I don't think I watched SPD either. I don't think I watched either of those. The only thing I know about Power Rangers games is that Ivan Ooze is one of the fighting games. Is incredibly OP. Ivan Ooze is such a good, like, the whole Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie was so good. It's so cheesy, but it is, like, glorious, glorious cheese. I need a Misk for pendulums? No, you don't. No, you don't. We don't need that. Don't worry about that. People forget Misk doesn't work on battle phase. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to, like, play around it. Misk only summons Jirak, so it's balanced. Well, so I was trying to play dinosaurs in Genesis, and having only one copy of Misk can really hurt sometimes. Like, it really can. Especially because I think Fossil Dig was also, like, 33 points. So, like, you put you in, like, a really weird situation. And then it was like, well, if you want some of the other, like, generic dinos, like, maybe, I don't know, Pank. You don't really need Pank in that deck because nothing really, like, locks you. But if you want to play Pank, that's, like, another 10 points. It's like, makes a very awkward situation. But yeah, I typically, in the Genesis version of the deck, yeah, you go Misk into Jirak. You get to summon out, like, the 4. Then you know, use that to do all your plays. Very, very fun deck. Very, very fun deck. Oh, sorry. As I said, that's literally my favorite Sentai season. Sorry for the amount of detail. It's fine. It's just like, it's like me saying to you, oh, you know, I like Magic the Gathering, and then you're like, okay, cool, and then I'll start, like, explaining my turn 6 combos to you in great detail, and it's like, that's probably not relevant information to you, unfortunately. Like, again, I don't mind talking about it, but, like, maybe there's such thing as maybe a little bit too much detail. I think the deck is quite nice. Would build it myself, but going into the Misk box would crash my gems. I think it will come to the box chips anyway. I play B-Troopers myself. I think I got my Misks from tickets. I think that's how I ended up getting mine. Like, dream tickets. But again, I knew I was going to go all in on dinos, so. But outside of dinos, I have played Orcust. We've played Fluffle. We played Branded, but I didn't really like Branded. I've played the Despia deck back when it was Dark Lord, or the first Dark Lord Turbo, and thought it was kind of boring. And then I've played the more recent branded Despia before it got nerfed. And again, the deck was strong, and, like, it wasn't, like, awful to play, but it did not have the same appeal as Dinosaurs for me. Dinosaur is, like, the last actual competitive deck that I played and really enjoyed. Correct information, also put Astrograph to 4. Okay, that is a take. Actually, I looked it up. It's not Jungle Fury, it's Wild Force, the one where the Red Ranger is this wild dude that's like Tarzan. I think that's ringing a bell. I didn't watch it, but I think I've heard of that or, like, seen a clip or something. So Kaiju, Kaiju, or Mother Spider, Abuser, and Scary Moth Floodgator. I personally I'm not a big Kaiju or Floodgate guy. I hate, with a passion, Sphere Mode and Lava Golem more than anything. I think those cards are so obnoxious. And I'm not a big Floodgate guy. I also hate, like, when I was playing competitively, the decks that annoyed me the most were, like, Hero, but, like, Hero that was playing all of, like, Necro Valley and the Trap card that was a Floodgate, like a Lingering Floodgate. Right, let's try and work out how we're doing this. That into that gets me that. I can go... I mean, this is lethal if his back row's nothing. But he's kept 2 cards in hand. So, like, I can't imagine he's got nothing. Reveal this. We'll grab this. We'll go Meteor Flare Fusion. We go 1, we go 2. We'll summon this out. I think we have to go for the lethal line. But I don't expect it to actually work. Okay. We'll summon that chick. No delay. Grab this back. One, 2, 3. I can't just have this as all of my... I can't just have all of my replays as going second OTKs, okay? But we're going to save this replay. We're going to have to delete some of these replays at some point, okay? We have to delete some of these replays. Because this can't just be the video. Yo, my turn 6 Magic the Gathering combo is tap 6 Dark Energy. Dark Energy. Okay, we're already off to a great spot. Summon. We're summoning again. 3 of my 50 rat colony. Then proceed to have my friend complain about my stupid strat. So, for me personally, I really like Commander. Which I think is quite common these days. That Commander is just like the most popular format. I mean, I don't think I've got stuff here. But yeah, I play Commander. We have decks that look like this. These are our cards. Actually, I'll go into Big Face for a sec, so y'all can see. Yeah, this is like one of my commanders, who ironically is not even from the Magic the Gathering universe. This is Marnius Calgar. He is a Grandmaster of the Ultramarines from Warhammer 40,000. So Magic the Gathering's in a bit of a weird space right now. But personally, I think the reason I like Magic the Gathering so much, as like a long-term player, is, I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but primarily, it's that when you have a game like this that is designed to be played with more than 2 people, I can have a get-together with my friends, get like 4, 5, 6 people together, and then play like a massive game. Which I think is so entertaining. Because like whenever you just play like Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes it can be a bit awkward to get all your friends in a room and then just have like everyone pairs off and goes off and does duels. Whereas if you can get everyone around the same table, everyone engaged in the same game, that is just a experience you can't really get anywhere else. So that's one of the big reasons I really, really like it. Also, I should say I'm not nearly a year old in Duel Links. I see. There you go. Well, yeah, I've been playing Duel Links since it very first came out. I did take a big gap in the middle, but, you know, we did start playing when it came out. Who cares about Floodgates when we can Supreme King Lyrilusk FTK? I mean, is that a great thing? I don't know about this. Lava Golem is cute. Imagine he only has Nobody set. I should mean... Oh, Nobody Scat Thief. Oh, sorry, Phantom Thief, as its new name is. Power Sync Stone. So Power Sync Stone was one of them, but there was another. Was it Dimension Hole? Dimension something? I can't remember what the trap card's called. But it was like a lingering floodgate effect. It wasn't like a continuous trap card, and it was very annoying. Average GRF experience, to be fair. Hello, Brad. Welcome on in. I mean, yeah. I don't know, man. Like, this is why I was always a bit worried about the GRF Stage 1, because you could get games where you just get, like, randomly sacked or whatever, but also you could get games where everyone's kind of free and you're just kind of farming. Yeah, sphere mode is quite annoying. Last season, I run into it myself in the branded meta to easy sphere them and crash into with the 4K. It's just one of those things. A lot of the decks that I like building are decks that build a board of monsters and don't really have much back row to protect them. So whenever I get double Kaiju'd or triple Kaiju'd, it just rips the entire board apart and then I just lose. So that's one of the big reasons I don't like them, right? I was today years old when I realized Meteor Black Dragon was a normal monster. It's not a normal monster, it's a non-effect monster. And they are basically the same thing, but people will tell you they're different. Bro tried to shady the Meteor. I mean, you know. I forgot they're called land. It's been a while since I grazed Magic the Gathering. Played a tiny bit, short periods of times. So I originally, actually, I got into Magic the Gathering because I had a friend who who played Magic the Gathering, and I was a Yu-Gi-Oh player. And so we agreed we would teach each other the card games. And so he taught me Magic the Gathering. I got big into Magic the Gathering. This would have been 7th edition, and there were like all the sets around 7th edition we were like playing. And then I taught him Yu-Gi-Oh! And what happened was he didn't really care about learning Yu-Gi-Oh! And he hated it because the cards were too anime. And he thought they looked really childish. Whereas Magic the Gathering had like more mature art. Which... there is some credibility to that. I don't fully agree with it, but like I see his perspective, right? That being said, I then tried to teach him Duel Masters because Duel Masters art was like a little bit more like mature feeling at the time. So we tried to do that. And then again, he bounced off of it, but I still got big into Magic the Gathering because, you know, I'm just, like I said, I love card games. I just love card games in general. So it doesn't really matter what the card game is. As long as it's fun, I will play it. That's kind of how I feel with it. Brotro, we've already read that. Lol, indeed. It isn't non-effect. It isn't. It's a non-effect monster. That's what I said. That's what I said. I brought my first Magic the Gathering pack at the weekend. Ooh, what happened there? Did you get anything good? Is there a reason you bought a Magic the Gathering pack? And also, what did you buy a random pack instead of like a deck, like a starter deck or something? Whenever you have a gathering, then you can play Magic. Exactly. Schrodinger's Dragon. A different dimension ground. Thank you. Thank you, Dwan. That is the card. Hate that card. Hate that card. Hate that card so much. Yeah, Magic the Gathering has some social aspects that I don't find in other card games. Exactly. That's one of the big reasons I like it so much. I think the game itself is cool, and it's like the progenitor of like mana-based systems. Like Pokemon's energy system is kind of... I don't want to say it's like it's copied or it's borrowed or it's stolen, because it's not. It's kind of done its own thing, but I would say it's inspired by Magic the Gathering's land system. And then, you know, Hearthstone, I think, is the... And Shadowverse is like the logical conclusion of that system. I hate that. I hate it as well. So do I. Hello, Hit. Hello, how's the grind going? The grind is going unbelievably smoothly. We have not yet made it past, like, turn 2. We are OTKing everyone. That is where we're at the moment. Actually, I think we did have one duel where we got past turn 2. A normal monster and non-effect monster aren't the same thing. Some archetypes actually work with one or the other, but it's rare as F to see anything that don't work with both. So yeah, both are basically normal monsters. Yeah, I mean, fundamentally, you are very, very, very rarely going to find anything that doesn't work with both. You're going to get stuff like this, which specifically says normal monster. So you can't summon like a level 7 fusion non-effect monster from your hand, right? But yeah, fundamentally, 99% of the time they're going to work in exactly the same way. I am considering getting into Magic the Gathering. I bought a pack to get free delivery on some other stuff I bought. I see. I will say, Magic is in a really weird spot at the moment, where they're in Universes Beyond territory right now, which means a bunch of foreign IPs are being injected into the game, and that is sort of killing the game, whilst also sort of reinvigorating it. We're in like a transition period, where it feels like there's like a Venn diagram of players that are like, I hate all of this Universes Beyond stuff. And then there's a group of people which are like, I love the Universes Beyond stuff. And then there's like the hardcore Magic audience, which are kind of split down the middle. And it's like, it's going through like a very interesting transition period right now. As for me, I think as long as you're playing something like Commander, the game is always going to be really fun. Commander is a casual format. Now, there is CEDH, which is like super sweaty try-hard Commander. But most people don't play that because CEDH is fine as long as everyone at the table is happy to play CEDH. The only time it ever becomes a problem is if someone sits down at the table and they've got like a really disgusting, like, you know, for lack of a better term, they got a deck that floodgates you. They got a deck that will destroy all your lands. They've got a deck that basically makes you not have fun. That sucks, right? If there's one person at the table doing that and everyone else just isn't allowed to have fun. So you have to kind of tailor the games to try to have similar power level decks, which that in itself is a very difficult balancing act, but it is what it is. I need to go now, Tomato. Goodbye, and chat, have a good day. Thanks for stopping by, United. Always a pleasure. So basically, if someone you should know, it would be like everyone sits down at the table to have fun, right? And you've got vastly different skill levels, right? So let's say Lil Timmy has just started playing the format, and he's sat down, and he's got, like, I don't know, what's like a really crap deck? He's using, like, I don't know, Gladiator Beasts or something, right? And then you've got the guy on your right is, like, Giga Chad, been playing the format for years and years and years, and his deck is, like, full power, I don't know, like K9 or something, right? Or full power Telements. And it's not fun to have those two sat at the same table together, right? You either want everyone on Telement and Telement adjacent decks, or you want everyone on new strategies, right? What are we doing with this? I can go pop. Use that, grab, go into that and that. I mean, this is just lethal if his back row's nothing again. Right, we reveal Meteor Dragon. Has to be this no matter what, I think. Then we'll go Meteor Flare Fusion. We go 1, we go 2, we'll summon this out. We'll go ahead and pop this. No delay there, okay. We'll go Dragon's Chick, no delay there. Activate, grab back Dragon. Should be over this to summon this. And then we'll just go battle. 1, 2, 3. I'm starting to feel bad, guys. I'm starting to feel bad. Me and my boy Mothman ready to radiate counter the whole table. Oh, do you either have or are you interested in getting the Fallout decks then, I assume? I haven't played against Mothman, so I have no idea how that works. I have played against the Kaiser's Legion deck. Or Caesar's Legion, depending on how we're pronouncing it. Nobody has fun when someone uses Shadow. I mean, the Shadow player's probably having fun. Crazy how expensive most Magic products are. What do you mean? There's a super pack in each set and it's ridiculously expensive for one pack. The trick is you don't buy those packs. So, there was a time where every single time a Magic set came out, there were 4 different types of boosters. There was like a collector's booster, a play booster, and then like a draft booster, and then like the super chocolate fudged coated all foil collector's booster. And it was all a bunch of bullshit. And since then, they've kind of cut it down. I think now it's just collector's booster and regular booster. And just don't buy the collector's boosters. They're not worth it. Whenever you buy a pack of trading cards, you're always gambling, right? You're always hoping that the value inside the pack is more than the value that you spent on the pack, right? So why just gamble with bigger numbers? Like, there's not really a reason to. If you just want really good cards, right? I think everyone in chat should really know this. You get singles, right? Just buy singles. Singles are good. If you want to collect like the entire set, like you want a whole set of like, commons and all of that from it, absolutely you should buy like a booster box. I think that is the best time to do it. If you're a card collector, get booster boxes, support your local game store, etc, etc. If you're just looking to get specific individual cards, you should just buy the singles. If you do want like the super crazy rarity cards, even more reason to buy the singles. Like, what's the chances you're going to get the correct version of a card that you want? Like, in foil, for example. Because that's the thing. In Magic the Gathering now, we have foil and we have shatter foil. So you could get a card you want. Then that card has, like, 3 different types of art. So you've got to try and get the right art. You'll have, like, extended frame, frameless, and then, like, the super crazy hand-drawn art. And then you need to get it in the right foil. And that could be not foil, foil, and shatter foil. So now it's like, well, if you want to get the exact combination you want, the chances of pulling that from a booster pack is so low, just buy the single, right? That's how I feel about it anyway. My favorite Magic the Gathering content creator is a CEDH channel. So my favorite one is probably one of the most well-known, and it's called Tolarian Community College, and it's run by a guy called The Professor. And it's just good content. But then again, he is an old man. And as an old man, I can kind of vibe with other old men. I get on with that content, so maybe that's more telling about me. I have a friend like that, played only meta, tried facing me using tier. I was on Goatee and Plunder Patrol. He never managed to beat me. I mean, it comes down to... There's a lot of different factors, right? And whenever you're playing in a certain play group, the best thing you can do is try and tailor your play in a way so that everyone has a good time. So, for example, I used to play, Magic the Gathering. I used to play Commander with a group of people. And the deck I built, I was able to identify was too strong. And its gameplay loop was, I'm going to make every other player sacrifice everything they have every turn. And by doing that, I can now win like 3v1. The problem is, that's not fun for anyone else. So after using that deck like twice, I was able to identify this is actively making everyone have a bad time. I'm just going to stop playing it, right? At the same time, I had a player before that was in my friend group, and he would cheat. Like, he was just straight up a cheater. And I got to the point where I was like, if he's just playing against me, I'm just gonna let him cheat. Because calling him out on it is just gonna cause drama. And like, he's having fun. And I don't need to beat him. I don't have like this big enough ego where I'm like, I need to beat this guy, right? Now, if he started like gloating, if he started being like, oh, I beat you so easy, haha, like you were such a free win. After I had like let him cheat, I'd have been like, no, you're a piece of shit. But like, I'm like, clearly winning meant a lot more to him than it meant to me. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna let you cheat, right? At the end of the day, if he's doing it to other people, that's up to them to decide, right? But it doesn't matter if he plays meta, if he doesn't read my cards. I mean, that's just a Yu-Gi-Oh thing in general, though, right? You might be the protagonist. What's the best place for Magic the Gathering singles in the UK? eBay? So there are... Oh, God, what's the website called where you get singles off other people? TCG Player, I think it is the best place to, like, get singles off each other. But it's kind of it's like eBay, where you have, like, kind of a rating system, where it's like, okay, this is a trusted seller. He's done like 300 trades or 300 sales. So like, you kind of have to just go off vibes a lot of the time, which is always a little bit scary. But you have to do the exact same thing on eBay, so it's not really a big difference. Card Market. Card Market's another good one, yeah. The issue is if you get card singles from a store, like an actual store, you get into a weird problem where a lot of the time they have like quite big markups. So, for example, I wanted to get a hold of Cloud's Buster Sword, which is a card from the Final Fantasy crossover set. And if I was to get that from a retailer, that would cost me about 60 quid. Whereas if I was to get that from another human being, that would cost me about 18 quid. Now, that is a £42 difference. And that is a little bit ridiculous. So, it kind of depends, right? Obviously, it's going to depend on the specific retailer, but that was just an example. Still after Brexit? Yeah, Brexit hasn't caused, like, massive issues, like, realistically. Like, prices have gone up, but not by a ridiculous degree. And as long as you're bulk buying... Like, before, I would order stuff from America. There was a website called... I think it was Troll and Toad. And me and the people I was living with at the time, we did a big group order, and we spent probably, I don't know, like 110 quid or something on just, like, singles and random product. And because we ordered such a... I don't say large amount, because we spent a certain amount of money. Basically, the shipping was quite cheap, so it didn't actually end up mattering. I don't know then. Guess you'll have to ask other Magic Brits. Yeah, so I always used to get my stuff from specific websites because the prices were always quite cheap. So I used to get stuff from Magic Madhouse was a place I used to get them from, but since in more recent years they have like hiked the prices up, which is not ideal. Alright. Hey, 7 wins. That's crazy. Anyway. Let's hop into another game. But I'm the kind of person where I like to dabble in a bunch of different card games. I've played so many different card games. The only card game I regret not getting into was Digimon. And the only reason I didn't get into Digimon was because I didn't really have anyone to play it with. Like, there was just no community for that whatsoever, and none of my friends were really interested in it. I mean, this is certainly a hand. Let's see where this goes. Go ahead and use Meteor Drake. My Pot of Greed, no! Right, well, there's a +1 immediately. That's already quite good. I don't think this matters too much. We're going to shuffle the deck in a minute anyway. I could tribute set if I want. Meteor Dragon, bring that back. That's not even awful. It's a bit greedy, but let's see where this goes. Right, we'll tribute set. We'll summon out Chick. Activate the effect, grab back Drake. Summon out Drake. Activate Drake. 1, 2, and there's the dragon that we want. Excellent. Add this to hand. None of that matters because we're going to shuffle it. We'll set this, and set this. So the punish, I could use it. Use, bring it back, dig again. What do I get out of that? Not a lot. I think we just leave it like this. Because it's going to get attacked over by the Charmy anyway. I think this is fine. I've played tons of digital TCGs, but never in person. I mean, I've played a decent amount of digital. Like, the big one was Hearthstone, right? Like, that one came out, and it was kind of the digital TCG. How have you not found anything? Are you playing, like, a weird deck? This isn't actually Spellcasters. Alright, we'll go Meteor Drake first, because we don't want to shuffle the deck yet. We haven't found any of the other targets. Okay, that's fine. Then... what's the best way to do this? We don't have a lot of red eyes, is the current issue. I mean, we can just grab a red eyes with this. I think this is what we always do. We'll reveal this. We'll grab this. We don't have any way to reuse this red eyes. So once we've used it, that's kind of it. I could fuse these two together. Make that. Use the effect. Bring back the... in the vanilla, maybe? What do we end on? Are we ending on you? I mean, we could do. It's not bad. No matter how you look at it, though, we can't get another fusion. We're only going to get 1, maybe 2. Alright, we'll go Flare Fusion first. We'll go into this. We'll go 1, and we'll go 2. We'll summon out Swarm. Let's see if he does anything here. There is a delay, so he has Shady, most likely. Okay, does nothing. Then here... okay, I can add that either way. Getting another one of that doesn't really change much. So I could just bring this back and then tribute. Let's see if he wants to do anything here. Okay. We'll activate Meteor Drake. I mean, sure. I'll take a plus. We'll flip this up. Activate the effect. Grab this back. Then... we're probably going to go for this one? Okay, so now he's going to Shady. So I could tribute these two if I want to get this out. That just clears room. Or I could just tribute both of them off just to summon these two, which I think is better. And then even go for that play. So, we'll start with Meteor Flare Fusion. We're going to go for this by using you and you. Summon out Meteor Black Dragon. We'll go ahead and pop like this. No delay there. Tribute over to summon this. Activate his effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. No plus. Feels bad, man. Tribute over this to summon this. So if we use Meteor Flare Fusion, I could go into that, summon, and then that does threaten lethal if this thing is weak. But it might have 1400 defense, so I don't think we do that. I think we set this, and we just go to combat. Oh, it would have been lethal. Okay. Well, actually, he gained life, so it wouldn't have been lethal. Either way, this is fine. We have Shiny Shady in the back, ready to go. Most of my friends keep jumping from different games. I not only can't keep up, but I also don't like doing that. I'd rather play 1 or 2 games at max. For me, it comes down to, like, do you have a vested interest in keep playing the same game, right? Because if you don't, then there's no reason to stick with it. But if you do, then obviously there is. Go, Meteor Drake. Gosh darn it. I mean... there's no way to get everything I want. So I think we're just going to go Meteor Flare Fusion into this by using this and this. Summon out the boy. Get rid of that one. Then we'll just set. And I think we just go to battle, right? Like, what else can we do with this? Okay. We'll save this. I don't know if that's a good save, but we might delete that later. Alright, let's try and catch up with chat again. Did you see someone got a top 4 with just a copy of the new modern decks? Holy value. I don't know what that means. You're going to have to break that down for me, a human Portuguese stuff fan. The Digimon TCG is fun. I've got a group that gets together and plays it most weekends. We've been playing for a few years through the good and the bad metas and the loops. I recommend trying it if you can find a group or even just playing on the sim. Wait, I know there's an unofficial sim. I was going to wait until the official sim comes out. The, was it Elysian? Whatever it's called. And then try playing that, but we'll see how it goes. They decided to play Pokemon United. I played with them. They skipped to another game. I kept playing. Man, that game actually made me have horrible headaches because of how annoying its matchmaking was. I've played a little bit of Pokemon Unite. I had a friend that was like one of the best players, like ranked in the world on that game as well. And they were very, very good at that game. But it's one of those things. I'm kind of out on MOBAs. Like, I played, you know, I went through the League of Legends phase. I've played a bunch of different MOBAs. I played, like, Smite. I'm kind of done with that at this point, I think. I tested and played a bunch of card games, physical and digital, but most didn't stick for me. I would say Yu-Gi-Oh!, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush, Hearthstone, Legends of Runeterra, and maybe Pokemon TCG Pocket. One I really wanted to get into was the One Piece TCG. I love the series, but 1, the cards are always sold out and expensive as fuck. And there is no digital way to play. And 2, no friend who likes One Piece to play together. I mean, yeah, that's always going to be a downside, right? You're always going to have these, like, barriers to being able to play these games. Like, One Piece is something where I like One Piece. I've been watching, so I'm 7 out of 8 of the new season of the live action. And I've always been a big fan of the anime. I don't really care about playing it as a trading card game. But also, again, I have no one to play it with. I have no local scene for it, so it would be completely pointless for me to play it. It would need a digital version. There is an unofficial sim for One Piece that's pretty up to date. You can play on PC or mobile. And that's interesting to know. I wanted to get into Digimon TCG, but they didn't do something like Duel Links did. Going back to the start and reselling products little by little, I feel like I wouldn't have a good time getting into it. Yeah. I mean, that's why, again, I'm going to wait until, like, for me, I'm going to wait until Elysian comes out, and I'm going to try that. Because, like, the one thing I am a bit worried about is Elysian, is it going to be every card that's out in the physical game is going to be in it? Or is it going to be like Duel Links, where, like, they change the rules a bit? Or are they just going to go back to the start, and it's going to be like playing Digimon when it first released? Like, I genuinely don't know. Genuinely don't know. Are we bullying the speed players? Exactly. I was never interested in the Digimon TCG, but then they incorporated Atmon, and I love Atmon, but I have no time and also no people to play with. I don't know. Yeah, I have, like, people keep throwing the word Atmon at me. I have no idea what an Atmon is. I assume it's a different type of Digimon. I have no, obviously, knowledge for that, so it doesn't really mean anything to me. For me, it just comes down to, is the game fun, right? Like, I am a meta player for the most part, so I will play whatever the meta is if I'm taking the game seriously. So that anyone who's ever played a card game competitively, you know that means you're hopping decks all the time. Like, this week you're playing this deck, next week you're playing a different deck, then you're playing a different deck, then you're playing a different deck, just whatever the trend is, right? The new 3 decks structure with Sky Striker, Mitsurugi, and X Saber. Ah, I see. Yeah, I was going to buy that, and then it just never became available. Then I found out, I think yesterday, that it's been delayed for Europe, so I have to wait till I can buy it. But I'm in a bit of a weird spot. Well, I want it because I like keeping up to date with having some modern cards, just in case it comes up. But also, it's got a really nice pool of cards for, like, an Edison and a Hat Cube. Or just, like, Edison and Hat, you know, the format in general. So, Atmon is like Digimon, but not really, I see. The Atmon anime is great. I mean, again, people have told me about this sort of stuff. I fell out of Digimon with, is it Frontier? The one where they all had, like, ghosts and they're, like, combined with their Digimon. I've never liked the idea of fusing with Digimon. No matter when it's done, I've always thought it was kind of cheesy and silly. I've never really been a big fan. Like, in the end of Tamers, when they get their Mega Forms and they fuse with the Digimon, I was always like, this would just be cooler if you didn't fuse. Like, I can stomach this because Tamers is really good and the characters are good. It's a really well-written story. But this would be improved upon if you just didn't fuse with your Digimon. Yeah, delayed till April 26th. Yeah, which is a massive pain in the butt, but it is what it is, right? I think, like, if Nintendo had both Pokemon and Digimon, they are the same, but not really. That's sort of like Atmon and Digimon. I have a feeling that some, like, real diehard Digimon fans wouldn't like the way you phrased that. But I get what you're saying, right? They're, like, similar but different. I assume they still work under the same rules. They still Digivolve, I would assume. Or, you know, evolve, as it is in the Japanese. Like or not, fact is fact. I think, though, like, I don't know if you can call it a fact when you're making a comparison, right? If that makes sense. It's like, if you're making a comparison, you're just comparing two things, but, like, someone else might not agree with the comparison. I think that's a fine stance to have. Like, you're not saying 1 + 1 is 2, right? I think there is always going to be a little bit of subjectivity to it. At the moment, we do not have access to a fusion summon. How Gamba do we want to get here? How greedy? I'm going to get greedy. We're going to go Curse. I'm going to flip this up. Okay, now we have access to everything we need. So, we'll go ahead and summon out Meteor Drake, see if there's a delay. No delay. Activate Meteor Drake. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we'll happily take this. Bam, bam, bam. Then, I guess we're just going to Tribute Over as our first act here. Activate the effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. That's what we want as well. So go ahead and grab that. I mean, now where do we want to go? We have so many different places we can take this. I think the safest bet is probably just start with Dragon's Chick again, activate the effect, add this back. Should be over. Let's just see if we can just keep plussing, shall we? One. There he is. It's another one. Oh, we get choice this time. How exciting. I think we're better off taking you. We'll go ahead and use Rising. Grab this. Okay, so now we go Meteor Flare Fusion. This is such a silly deck, man. This is so silly. We also could have kept going, by the way. We had a way to keep going. We chose not to. Meet your Black Dragon. Well, just keep bullying people. I didn't like how Digimon Tamer had that fusion evolution and how Frontiers had the whole spirit thing, but at least it's not as bad as X-Wars and its sequel. I haven't seen X-Wars, so I could not tell you. I don't have an opinion on that. That being said, I'm in a bit of a weird spot with Digimon, because like I like Digimon. Obviously, I'm kind of grandfathered in because I watched Digimon when it first aired, right? So I watched that. I watched Digimon Adventure, Digimon Adventure 2, Tamers. Fell out of love with Frontier. Otherwise, I might have kept going if I liked Frontier, but I just didn't like it. But also video games wise, I played Digimon World 1. I played Digimon World 2003 a little bit. I never finished that game, and that's something I might do in the future. I might go and finish that game. I've played like Digimon Rumble Arena and Rumble Arena 2. I had like the Tamagotchi Digivices as a kid. Like I was very much like all in on Digimon at the time. I think every Digimon series took some getting used to. After Adventure, even Adventure 2, actually, but especially Tamers and everything else. I think the only thing I didn't like about Adventure 2 was I didn't really like Armor Digivolution, because it didn't feel like it added anything. It was just there. Like they felt like they had to shoehorn a new mechanic into it, and I didn't think it needed it. And then they just kind of they do Armor, and then eventually they just do regular Digivolution anyway. So it's like, they're like, oh, our champion levels are better than our armor forms anyway. So armor form felt like rookie plus in a weird way. Or champion minus. It felt really kind of eh. Stop, he's already dead. I'm curious if there's an objectively bad Digimon season. I don't know. I think there's just going to be seasons that people vibe with and that's ones that they don't. Like, I went and watched Try. And I was all ready for the nostalgia. And then I just didn't think Try was very good. Which is sad, because I like those characters. And, like, I'm all in nostalgia-wise. I just didn't think it was particularly interesting. Now, how's it going bullying children on ladder? Oh, we are bullying the heck out of them. We are... This is actually... It's disgusting how many times we are just winning on turn 2. It is disgusting how often that is happening, Volt. But hello, Volt. Welcome, welcome. Frontier changed too much for me. No partners. One girl. The writing had its good parts. I mean, to be fair... Tamers sort of had one girl for the majority of its story. So, it kind of depends on how like you view it, right? Cross Wars gimmick was that the main dude and the other two rivals had a group of Digimon. They could fuse their Digimon. The more they had, the bigger the fusion. But they dropped that when the main Prodag Digimon got an evolution, who was better than all the fusions. Ah, I see, I see. So is it similar then to what they did with... Not a one-to-one, obviously, but is it similar... to Armor Digivolution, where like we got it as a new mechanic early, and then they were like, oh, we don't need this anymore, we'll just regular Digivolve after this, don't worry about it. I like the theories for Try. Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is generally not good with girls. Yes, I agree. Although, I have to admit, I did like Sora and Mimi and Kairi in the original. And then I thought Kairi was at least like a decent character in Adventure 2. And I did also really like... Is it Rina? Rinko? I can't remember what her name was. The girl from Tamers. I thought she... I say that. I don't remember any of the names of the characters from Tamers, by the way. Even though I thought that was a fantastic show. I thought she was also a good female character. A good female lead. Like, I was like, all of these characters are pretty good. Even in the current... Because I'm watching Beat Break at the moment. I think the main female lead in that is, like, pretty good. Obviously, they spent a long time with her being the only one on, like, the main team that had a champion, which was kind of how she stood out. But, yeah. I agree, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is pretty rough when it comes to good female characters. They do not know how to write them, and they don't like giving females wins for some reason. Which is a bit of a shame. I think the biggest disappointment for me in Vrains is Blue Girl, Maiden, Angel. Like, there was so much potential there. And it was just wasted. Absolutely wasted. Meteor Flare Fusion. Let's Pot of Greed. Let's see what happens here. Alright, so in retrospect, we should have used Meteor Drake first, but it's whatever, right? We'll go ahead and summon this, activate the effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. No plus, feels bad. Then... comes down to, are we setting that? We're always setting this. I don't really want to lose this, but at the same time, I don't think it matters too much. We'll set this, and we'll set this. Because this way, I at least have the ability to do what I want to do, regardless. So, the alternate play there was that I could have just fused Meteor Dragon into Meteor Drake, got back Meteor Drake, gone for another dig. But I was a little bit worried about not having everything I need to perform a fusion next turn. So we went for like a safer option, but maybe I needed to be more greedy. Don't bully Air Formula Eagle. I don't know how to tell you this. I don't think this is Air Formula Eagle. I think this is 1500 Bungus attack. So we have no way to get a second Meteor Dragon right now with this hand. Otherwise, I could do a big pop-off turn. Okay, 1, 2, bam. Summon, get that back, summon, get that back, and then nothing. So, with that in mind, is it even worth using the skill right now? It's not bad, I suppose. Right. We'll use the skill. I'll reveal Meteor Dragon. I'll grab Meteor Black Dragon here. We'll go Flare. We'll go 1. We'll go 2. Summon out Meteor Black Dragon. And then we'll pop probably just this. Okay. Don't know what we're planning to do with that, but interesting. Is there any reason to use that at all? I mean, kind of. Only if I summon both these in attack, which I'm not going to do. So I think we're just going to set and set, and then just get a battle. Boop. The Vrains writers making Blue Angel brain dead mid-duel just so that she doesn't win the duel when she clearly can more than once. Yeah, I don't know. It felt like they really wanted to do some stuff with her and then just didn't. Like, they kept giving her new outfit changes, and it was like, oh, she's gonna have like a brand new deck, and but she does get a brand new deck at one point, and I think she wins like a duel, which is like fine, but that's not enough, right? Like, when she first gets her new outfit, she immediately duels and then loses. And it was just like, well, what was this, like, pseudo-transformation for? Alright, we'll go Dragon Chick. Activate the effect. Grab this back. Tribute over. Activate the effect. Boo. I mean, the chances of getting something there was quite low. We will activate the skill. Reveal Meteor Dragon. We'll grab this from the graveyard. Then, I think the play is going to be this. Tribute to summon. Activate Meteor Flare. Let's go into this again. Go 1, we go 2, summon out the boy. I mean, there's no reason to not just pop back row. Well, that's an interesting hit. Might as well bring this out. 2,000. 2,000. Okay, there we go. Main Pro Tag Digimon basically went from Rookie to Mega/Ultimate. Also, the fusions were like the 3 Pro Tag Digimons becoming a Zord. Then any of the Digimon would become weapons and stuff like that. Like a bunch of Starmons would fuse into becoming a sword. Flying Digimon would become wings. Beelzebumon would become guns and a bike. It was kind of air. Yeah, I don't... The way I look at it is, if you've got a good formula, don't mess with it, right? Like, I get you want to add to it, and I think adding to it can be good if it's done with a little bit of restraint. But, like, don't mess with the formula. Like, that's the thing that, like, I think is really weird for me. Like, in the current Digimon Beat Break, they've replaced Digivices with Sapotama, right? And a Sapotama is basically an egg, right? It's like an egg that you carry around with you. It's about yay big. And it's like a replacement for an iPhone, I guess. It does everything for you. It's like, it's got all your password information. It's how you access things. It's how you search things. It's your communication device. It does everything. But, like, it just is super lame compared to just, like, a Digivice. Like, having a electrical device that you can just clip to yourself, I think just is aesthetically more pleasing than carrying around a weird egg. I don't know. It's a weird one. Personally, I don't like it. I'd rather they just went back to Digivices, but, like, at the same time, it's not, like, a deal breaker, right? The air formula would have won by now. Lies! You can technically get there if you want. I mean, we had potential, but we were just like... As soon as I see my opponent isn't playing a real deck, my enthusiasm for the game absolutely plummets, because it's like, well, like, this isn't going to be a replay. Like, this is not a replay, so it doesn't matter what happens in this duel. Then they dropped it for the main Pro Tag Digimon evolving into a big version of itself. Then instead of red, he was gold. I mean, that you have just described Digivolution, to be fair. Blue Girl and Blue Maiden were Konami planting alt styles years in advance. Yeah, it's weird. Like, Blue Girl, I think, looked better. I think Blue Girl was the best design, but, like, did nothing. She showed up, she went somewhere that she really had no business being, and then she lost. And it was like, oh. Right. Okay. I guess we're just doing this. At least Blue Maiden got a win, and showed off a new deck. Like, all of those things are pretty cool. Oh god, it's Pepe. That's a Legendary Magician. His hand doesn't really do much, does it? That's a bit of a shame. Sure, we'll drop a Legendary Magician turn 1. Let's see what happens there. 1, 2, 3. I don't really want to send any of those. We'll tribute set. We'll set. And we'll set. I want to keep this in hand. It might be a bit greedy to keep this in hand, but we'll see. If this is actually spellcasters, it is. He could do a lot of damage here, depending on what he hits. Imagine he has Curse as well, and I get absolutely cooked here. Like, he could do it. I'm back out again. I don't want to lose to this guy. Flare Sorcerer. Tribute. Summon Witch. Activate Witch. Discard a card. Discards Valk. Okay. So the last 2 cards in hand, we know one is Fusion. So the last card has got to be a cat. Got to be a cat. There's no way it's anything but cat. There we go. Strange cat. So if he flips up the 600 attack chick, that's going to be kind of annoying, but like, what are you going to do, eh? Sevens Road, Charmy Witch. Okay. What you got for me then? Oh, we're going to mill. We're going to flip one up. Who's it going to be? We went for that one. I guess this makes sense. Kinda makes sense. No matter which one gets killed, it's kind of okay for me. Because either I get to take more damage, so I take less. But I get to keep the Red Eyes Moon. And Red Eyes Moon is probably going to be better off here. Okay. So we have everything we need to pop 1. What do we do after that? Without having Secret Order, there's no real reason to go and grab the Red Eyes. The only thing that makes sense to grab is a Meteor Dragon. And that's only going to be a tiny amount of extra damage. Ooh. Unless we work to just keep our hand bigger. Which I don't hate. Alright. We'll use Meteor Black Rising. We're going to grab out the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Then... do we keep a... I mean, we have to keep a card in hand, right? How much damage would this be? If I pop that, 35 over that would be 14. Yes, nowhere near lethal. So I think getting the extra bit of damage doesn't really matter. No, I don't think it makes any difference, right? So I think we just go for Meteor Flare Fusion. We go 1, we go 2, we summon out Meteor Black Dragon. We'll go ahead and pop you out the way. We can summon out Legendary Magician. Activate the effect. We go 1, 2, 3. Add back the Red Eyes. Set, flip, and then we'll just get a battle. We'll just swing over this, and then we'll get in for 23, and this way we have 2 trap cards that are live, which hopefully will keep me alive. Let's see what happens. Why do you play Shady? Why would you not play Shady, is the question. Like, if you're planning to play against probably 75% of decks, then Shady is really, really good. The question becomes, if I was playing in a hyper-competitive setting, if I guaranteed I would only be playing against the best of the best, why would I play Shady then? The answer would be to play against heroes, to play against Music Princess. I mean, they're the big ones. I just saw that playing GRF doesn't even count towards daily PvP missions. Oh god, why not? Typical Konami. Although I will say the first Cross Wars had some well-written episodes. The sequel, though, was 99% bad. The only good thing they did was bring back the main pro tags to fight the final boss. They evolve into their best Evo. Then the current characters comment like, wow, this dude used an egg. That dude fused with his Digimon. That dude became a Digimon. Yeah, I don't really like all that stuff personally, but... because it's shining. That said, I do plan on playing it for Music Princess tomorrow. There you go then. What's tomorrow? Oh, GRF. Of course it's GRF tomorrow. I was going to say, because we have Quantum today, but I don't know if people are... you know, if anyone in chat is going to be playing in Quantum. I can't play in Quantum today, unfortunately. Actually, I might be able to. Can I play in Quantum today? I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. I might be able to play in Quantum today. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think Shady is not necessarily an auto-include anymore, but it still has a lot of use. Like, just because a card starts seeing more or less play doesn't necessarily mean, like, you just like shouldn't play it at all. Okay. The old Femtron pass. How could we ever defeat it? Right, let's start out with Meteor Drake. No delay. Activate Drake. Well, there's a Meteor Flare Fusion. That's pretty nice. Take my free +1. Love to see it. I could grab the Fusion. Go for a double play. I think that's probably the best we can do with this. So go ahead and use this. Reveal. Grab this. We'll go Meteor Flare Fusion. Go for Swarm. Summon out Swarm. Now, how greedy do we want to get? So the ultimate greed play is we bring back Drake and then use Drake to dig deeper. And then hopefully find a Meteor Dragon. But that's so greedy. I think we're better off just bringing back Meteor Dragon. We go 1. We go 2. Now, how much damage is this going to be? If I leave that there, I attack over for 12, 47. That would not be lethal, so I am going to pop this. So as is, this is lethal on its own. So the only reason to summon this at all would be if he's going to have something very specific. Let's just go battle. Okay. Playing Red Eyes in Phase 1 feels unfair. I'm on like 10 to 12 win streak and not a single loss since I started. I mean, we're exactly the same. Waiting to see how it goes tomorrow. It's just because there isn't like matchmaking. The only matchmaking is your rush power. That's the only thing that matters in Stage 1. Which is why you're seeing a lot of people posting their like massive win streaks of like, oh, I got a 15 win streak playing dog shit deck because all I'm playing against is bots. And it's like, yeah, what you're playing against is effectively non-players. I don't know what to tell you. Stage 1 isn't really a challenge. I went on a 10 win streak with Matarian and I didn't even have the new support. Exactly. The problem is there are going to be some players that will convince themselves that their deck is like tier 0 because they got like a 20 win streak in Stage 1. And it's like, oh, you got to be careful with that. I didn't get enough gems but the new Red Eyes support yet. It will be... I think this deck is... It's one of the strongest decks in the game right now, for sure. In my opinion, it's the second best deck right now. And it's very easy to play. And I mean, it's Red Eyes. Who doesn't love a bit of Red Eyes, right? Okay, it's D-Link Agradius. We've got a real deck, guys. We might actually lose a game. My deck is tier 0 because I got a 20 win streak in Stage 1. Exactly. There you go, Neo. Stage 1 is either Spellcasters like Galaxy or any beatdown. What a shame. And it's also D-Link Agradius. This is a good deck. This is a real deck. Super Dimensional Lord British Space Fighter. Summons multiple. Okay. So this is Lord British. or the card in hand is Lord British. And we're going to go ahead and make a Ripple Laser. You should be safe to still buy it and be good for at least the ban list after the next ban list. Yeah, I would be surprised if Red Eyes got, like, hit on the ban list particularly hard. This hand isn't, like, awful, but it's also not fantastic. We'll reveal Red Eyes. We'll grab Meteor Dragon. We'll go Flare Fusion. How close are we to lethal here? If that attacks that, I'd get him for 35. No, if I attack over... No, that's still probably better. I get him for 35 plus 18, which is not lethal. It's not even really close to lethal. So, I think we're always just going to get rid of the back row. Okay, that didn't really change a lot. We'll go Chick. Activate Chick, grab back Dragon. Against this deck, if he reduces this by 9, I go down to 20, which means actually having potential of using this is actually really important. Well, I think we're going to keep this in hand. We'll swing over this for 1,000. And we'll swing into this. If I can hit a Ripple Laser, this is huge. The problem is he's playing so much back row hate that I'm probably not going to get to keep it anyway. How do you even hit Red Eyes? Man, I really hope Konami changes the Gradius skill, put multiples and options in the graveyard so the deck would have multiple options to work with. The thing is, the deck is pretty good already. So, like, it's tricky to do it in a way that wouldn't just, like, skyrocket it to power. Limit 3 Legend Magician, maybe? I mean, a lot of builds don't even play Legend Magician. Medic to 3? Yeah, I think Medic to 3 makes a decent amount of sense. But I don't think it's necessarily, like, super... Ah, this is going to be annoying. Yeah, I can't do it. You've put this in the wrong position. You're supposed to put it in defense mode. Okay, this is the one, like, outcome where Shady doesn't help. Unless he summons again and is, like, a real big silly billy. Why are we summoning this? What possible reason could we have? I mean, I think we just go for this either way. Like, is there a reason to even flip this down? What does this do? I'm gonna leave it. You can keep it face up. If you have a way to punish me, then you have a way to punish me. I'm trying to work out what the logic is of putting that face up. Like, there was never anything to do with that, right? Unless I'm missing something. Ah, we're missing a lot here. Oh, no, we have everything, right? No, because we've already searched Meteor Dragon, so we might not. Right, we'll go Legendary Magician. Activate the effect. 1, 2, 3. Don't need to send any of that. I will add this to hand. Then I'm going to Tribute. Come on, Meteor Dragon. 1, 2, 3. There he is. There's the boy. Get in my hand. Is there a way to just end the game? Tribute over that. Use that to go into that. I get in for pop. Swing over for 1,000. Swing. Yeah, so that is just lethal. Grab this back from the graveyard. tribute over. Activate Meteor Flare Fusion. We go 1. We go 2. We summon out the boy. We pop a card. It's gonna be this one. We activate Secret Order. We bring back the boy. We go to battle. We swing. We swing again. Red Eyes Black Dragon attack! Inferno Fire Blast! Easy peasy. No way to limit that card right after it's released. I mean, I don't think, like I said, I think you just don't touch Red Eyes. I think you just let Red Eyes, unless Red Eyes is like 90 of the top 100. I think you just leave Red Eyes as it is. I think you just don't touch it. Just let it be OP for a bit. I think that's fine. The same thing happened with Music Princess, right? It didn't get hit for like ages and ages and ages. Trying to get enough gems. I never win enough gems. That's unfortunate. Limit to 1 fusion per turn. I don't think they're going to change the skill, especially this early. Then they basically become Noodles. It would still be better than Noodles, though. They still have better stats, they still have better plussing, and they are still better insulated against Shiny Shady. So, I don't think it's needed, but I would do that to make the deck not have easy ways to recover the fusion spell, and having to recover Medic from the graveyard in order to do that. It's an R, so I don't think it matters. Medic can add Meteor Dragon, so you don't even need Drake to hit. I keep forgetting that it does that, if I'm being honest. Because every time I use Medic, I just grab the fusion spell. So I keep forgetting it even can do that. Oh, sure, I should save that replay, because it was actually against a real deck. Not gonna lie, I thought it was SR. It should be an SR, really, when you think about it. But Compulse on limit 3 could be an interesting way to balance. The only issue with that is then that upsets Pot of Greed. So now it's like, are we going to do anything with Pot of Greed? If you move Pot of Greed to 3 as well, it then creates a weird dynamic where it's like, well, now you can play Compulse and Pot of Greed together. All I want hit this ban list is Turbadish. I mean, Turbadish would be good. I still think Turbadish and Action to 2 is a very important change that I would like to see, right? Imagine you can play 1 Turbadish, 1 Action. I think that is the perfect way to hit that deck. For me, at the very least. The alternative would be you move Ballet to 2, so it cuts 1 copy out the deck immediately, and then you put Turbadish and Action to limit 3. But they never limit extra deck cards, so this hand doesn't really do a lot, guys. So either we just hit Red Eyes Black Dragon with the Magician, or I think we're just going to go for it. If we get it, it's fantastic. If we don't, we were in a shit position anyway. Is any of that worth putting in the graveyard right now? I don't really want Meteor Dragon in the graveyard unless I find another chick. I could put Drake in the graveyard. Alright, I'm not expecting this to clear, but we will attack anyway. It cleared! Everything went better than expected. Oh yeah, did I miss the yapping section? I know, you missed the best bit of the stream. It's a shame, Manicist, it's a shame. But the VOD is always there if you want it. Same 2 broken. What would be your opinion? What will get hit the most? I would be shocked. Right, so effectively, I think things are going to get hit based on how they perform. So it's going to come down to where everything ends up in the GRF. But I would expect the biggest hits to be on Music Princess. That would be what I would expect. Turbadish to 3, so I can already feel it. Just hit the Music Princess skill, make the tribute 1 summon only the first tribute of the turn. I don't think that is going to have as big an impact as you think it's going to. In a lot of situations, that doesn't change the game plan whatsoever. Now, in some situations, if you're bricking, yeah, that's going to hurt the deck a lot. But I feel like there's like 75% of games that's going to change literally nothing. Hey, Lost Memory. Welcome, welcome. 2 Badishta, 0 copies. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't think that's the right way to hit the deck, personally. You can recover Meaty Dragon with Medic to turn on skill. Ah, you're right. I could have done that. Would that have mattered? It would have. I could have got rid of Buffered Slime or Secret Order. No, that would have been the better play. They never hit extra cards. Tell that to Gaia the Dragon Conqueror. Yeah, but that was a preemptive hit, right? There's a difference. So I see Music Princess is the beloved, most likely. Most likely. If you sent me a dragon, you could have tried for full combo if you wanted to set 3 back row, though. It's fine. It's what it is. We also seem to still be in, like, a fine position here, which is funny. And also, what are you doing in here? Sword Dancer, you're not supposed to be here. Hi, Dark Tuner. Welcome, welcome. Music Princess about to get killed off after the small wrist also didn't do anything. The small wrist? Skill nerf and 2 to 3 cards on the first. Small hit on the wrist. Ah, I see, I see. There we go. Ouchies. Hello, July. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Duke as well. Welcome. We've got a lot of people suddenly coming in. Hello. What do we want to do here? We have a lot of options. What is the best option? We can go digging. We currently have access to 1 Red Eyes. We have access, technically, to 2 Meteor Dragons. Only have the 1 Flare Fusion at the moment. We can go into it, pop. That's kind of it. Man, if we still had the Secret Order, we could do a lot here. Use that, grab that. There really is just not a lot to do with this hand. I can search a Red Eyes, or I can search the Meteor Flare Fusion, but unless I'm dumb, I don't see a way to get a second one of the other. The best I could do is summon this, get this back, use it, try and dig for another copy of Fusion, but by doing that, I'm now down a copy of Meteor Flare. Let's go for it anyway. Right, we'll go Meteor Dragon's Chick, step 1. Activate the effect, we'll add Drake. Tribute over. Activate the effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a shame, but it is what it is. I don't think this matters too much. Then I think we search Fusion, then Fuse. I think that's the way we're going to do this. Right. Reveal this. Grab this. We'll go ahead and activate this. We go 1, we go 2. Summon out Swarm. Activate Swarm. So again, the greedy play would be to take that, but we'll just go for the Meteor Dragon here. We'll go Flare Fusion. We'll go 1. We'll go 2. Summon this out. I think I am just going to get rid of this. I don't want to, like, mess around. I don't really want to keep both of these in hand. So I think we are going to summon this out. Although I could get heavily punished for doing so, but we'll see. Okay, he has a delay, which is fine. We don't really care about that. So it's probably Slime, I would imagine. So if he just goes into Paladin, we are just dead. There's nothing we can do about that. But I didn't want to keep 2 cards in hand. And if I set... I suppose a setting was probably still the correct answer because it could have been Charmy, in which case I'd have to force him to do, like, Charmy plus Paladin. Adds back Fusion. Adds Roadstar. Yeah, I think we're screwed here, boys. I mean, it was our own mistake, so... It is what it is. We wouldn't have lost if we played correctly, but we are dead here. Okie dokie. Summons out Roadstar. Okay, I was going to say, you have to have a fusion. Let's see what he's got. I mean, he needs what? 45? Right, we're not doing that because that would kill us. Okay, I mean... We do be out here living. He did not have enough. I think after trying both, I prefer the turbo version of Red Eyes with 0 traps. Like I said, we haven't really tried the other version yet. GG! Ba-ba-da-ba. Up to 85. I don't know, man. This is... Is this entertaining for you guys? Is this, like, good stream content? I don't know. I feel like I'm just kind of wasting time. Like, this is an inevitability. I feel like I could have done this off stream. But I mean, if you guys are enjoying it, then, you know, it's all good, right? It's good stream content. But this is something I was a little bit worried about, was us just absolutely rolling everyone. We like you, Tomato. Thanks, human Portuguese dub fan. That means a lot. Play Air Formula Eagle. The problem is that I need to get the Red Eyes video out. And Air Formula Eagle doesn't help that video get finished, unfortunately. A weird hand. Black Meteor Rising. Reveal the Red Eyes Black Dragon to add the Meteor Dragon to the hand. Meteor Flare Fusion. One, two. Summon out Meteor Black Dragon. Pop the monster. Secret Order. Check. Bring back Meteor Dragon. Go get him, champ. Go get him, champ. You should have worn your Otis cosplay before bullying all these kids. I don't have an Otis cosplay, bro. If someone was willing to send me an Otis cosplay, I would wear it on stream, though. I'll tell you that right now. Actual bullying? Exactly. Exactly. It's bullying. It's not fair. Just bullying little children who have never played Rush before. Wrong. Wrong. In actual fact, I am bullying 30 to 40-year-old, primarily men, that play speed only. But I am bullying them. I actually wanted to cosplay Otis for a joke. I mean, could be a good cosplay. It's Dede. This could be a mirror. There's a chance this is a mirror. Are you playing Quantum Rush later? I might be able to. I am unsure if I am going to be available. Speaking of which, it does look like the Quantum Rush has been posted. It's the big 100 as well. Oh my god. I'll chuck it in the chat. There you go. Quantum Rush 100, guys. Make sure you sign up. It's going to be a good time. Tomato looks like Otis. What does that mean? What could that possibly mean? Okay, so we're against D-Linker Gradius again. Far left was tributed. I think it was the far left. What does this do? We can grab red eyes. This doesn't really do a lot, right? Use the skill, search regular red eyes, fuse, pop, bring it back. I could summon that red eyes. Yeah, there's not really anything else to do, so I guess we're just going to go for this. I'll reveal Meteor Dragon. We're going to grab out Red Eyes. We'll go Meteor Flare Fusion. We go Un. We go De. We're Summon. I'm pretty sure this was the double tribute. Then we'll go Order. Summon this, set this, go to battle, and get him for 35. Not the craziest turn ever, but I think Otis clothes are very intricate, hard to cosplay, at least for me. I have never cosplayed. Yeah, I'm not a big cosplayer myself, but I can play this one. Spoiler alert, dual level max, just red eyes mirror matches. I mean, when I get to dual level max, I'm not going to keep playing. If anything, I just move back over to ranked. Otis can be anyone. The beard? Oh, you're saying about the other Otis? Like, what's his name? He's like Otis. Because there's a different name between the two Otises, right? Or the two. It's the same one. The Go Rush Otis and Sevens Otis. We all look like Otis. Okay. Okay. So Ripple comes down. Activate Ripple. Imagine he makes another Ripple here. Power to weave hope. Reveals D-Linker. If he has 2 level 8s, this could get real sketch real quick. I mean, is this lethal on board? No, 5,000. No, you're 400 off lethal. That's lethal though, right? 7,500 minus 11. There we go, guys. We finally lost a game. We did it. We lost a game. Hello, Georfio. Welcome. You've actually managed to show up for our first loss of the day, Georfio. I think that's worth saving, actually, as a replay. I do think that is a worthwhile replay. Now we go again. Finally! I mean, I don't think there was much more we could have done. Like, the only other play was to leave one of our monsters in defense mode. Because effectively, the only reason we lost was because he drew 2 8s and had a legend monster, right? And we didn't have a trap card. So, like, I don't think we could have done much more. Like, we could have, like, set the Red Eyes Moondragon with the power of hindsight. I managed to show up for the most base deck of the day also. Yeah? You talking about Galaxy? I hope you're talking about Galaxy. Whoa, is this Chaos Galaxy? This hand is absolutely garbage. I have, by the way, barely used Legend Magician for anything today. We don't have access to Red Eyes or... Because this only sends monsters, so even if we were to get... Alright, let's go. Legendary Magician. Activate the effect. Yes, I will send Meteor to the grave here. And we'll go Legendary Magician, activate the effect. Won't send any of that. Then we'll go Legendary Magician, activate the effect. Boo! There's not really a reason to send any of that at this stage. We'll go Rising, Reveal. Let's grab this out. Behold the best play of all time. God, how would you even combat this? Oh. Riding. Okay. I was not playing around riding at all. I can tell you that right now. But again, this is one of those games where we're kind of mentally checked out. Like, this doesn't really matter at this point. I meant Grady's for last game. No, you were definitely talking about Light Galaxy. Definitely Light Galaxy. Galaxy and Euro? Yeah, you must be using the turbo draw skill thing. I think the search is Red Eyes. Yeah. Just contact fuse like tier 0 XQE. Exactly. Why don't we just do that? Okay, we contribute this for this. Use that effect, get that back. That turns the skill on. Alright, let's go for this now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take this. Boop, boop, boop. We'll go ahead and activate Medic. We're probably going to get rid of this. Add this back to hand. Then we can activate the skill. So we have only access to one red... Oh, we can get Red Eyes back. So if I grab that, but then I wouldn't have access to the second copy of that anyway. I'm going to grab the Meteor Dragon here. Then we are just going to make room, I think, is the play. So Tribute to Summon. Activate Meteor Flare Fusion. We're going for this by using the one on the field. Come forth, Meteor Black Dragon. I don't know. Get rid of that. Sure, why not? Yeah, get lost, you. Then we'll use Secret Order. We'll bring this back. We set 1. We set 2. We go to battle. We'll swing into this. Ooh, another delay. Strange wall. Whoa, calm down there, friend. And then we'll pass. No GR Festival allowed. You can't make me, Valley. One Piece. Hey, Tomato, have you watched One Piece live action? I have watched 7 out of 8 episodes of the new season. I've not finished it yet. I mean, let's not mess around, right? Let's just do a murder. Who here just wants to see a murder? That one. To battle! Yeah! Yeah! Go get him, Drake. You can just curse. I could have done so many things to just win there, Joffier. There were 100 different ways to win that game. Zuwaijo and Euro have the same JP voice actor. It's definitely a reference and not a speed player. Exactly. I don't know what all the Light Galaxy stuff is doing in there, though. I don't know, man. Stage 1 is like... It's fine, but like, it's such... Like... If you're a new player or a speed player coming over, is this just like awful? Because you just keep randomly queuing into people that are just bodying you with meta decks? Unironically, this could be a rough matchup for us because we're not playing back row hate. Yeah, meta decks. Where are those meta decks? I'm playing a meta deck. Chicken time. I beat all meta decks with Hero. Hero is a meta deck! I put it in tier 2! I missed Grand Stream yesterday. I did. I was very busy yesterday, unfortunately. No, it's not. Yes, it is! It's not on the DLM website, therefore, actually, you are incorrect. This guy. Casuals coming into my chat. No, I'm joking, I'm joking. But yeah, unironically, Hero is very much a meta deck. If you honestly like live your life entirely off of DLM, I don't know what to say to you, man. What do we add here? I mean, we have to add this. We don't really get a say in this, so we'll go ahead and grab this. So now we have skill access. For now, we keep digging, I think. Activate the effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that doesn't help. Dragon's Chick. Music, what's happened? There we go. Activate the effect. 1, 2, 3. What would we have gotten so unlucky with that? Okay. So many mills, nothing to show for it. Okay. Well, with that in mind, I guess we'll activate the skill. We'll just drop a Flare Fusion, get it into rotation. Go, Meteor Swarm Dragon! Sure, we'll just keep digging. We gotta find something eventually, right? Nope. And we'll just smack. That's all we got. Okay, but Tomato, where meta deck Noodle? I mean, meta Noodle is like high rogue. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I hate to say it, but DLM is not the be-all end-all of the meta. Exactly. But hello, Vespera. I use my super secret pet deck to beat all of the meta sheep in Go Huck Up. It's called Music Princess, and you've probably never heard of it. Tell me more. What does this Music Princess deck do? I think stage 1 is good for learning how the other decks work. I don't even know if it's good for that, to be honest. If it's tier 2, where all the heroes in tournaments, well, people aren't playing it. If you'd watch my video, you'd find out, Cyclone. Honestly. This guy comes in here, thinks he knows everything. If he activates the equip spell, we are probably going to lose this game, by the way. Just throwing that out there. A deck can be steered but underrepresented. Exactly. We were discussing slang yesterday. I said I doubt you would know what I'm talking about as well. Brand and Gate needed to use AI to translate my slang. What was the slang, out of curiosity? I mean, we always go check. Okay, we have to deal with, most likely, that is going to be... Thingy. Shady. I mean, we just always add this, right? We'll go ahead and activate our skill. Reveal this to our opponent. We'll grab Red Eyes. Then we'll just go ahead and summon this. No delay there. We'll go Meteor Flare Fusion. We go 1, we go 2. We'll summon out the boy. I mean, it's just always this, right? So then it comes down to, does he have very specific outs to survive? I mean, if he does, he does. I guess we go Order. We'll bring this out. Everything's fine. Deck can be tiered, but it's underrepresented. Name-seeing Duck Boy. What? Okay. That's certainly a line. I wasn't ready for that. Hero has been around for a long while. There's a non-zero chance people just kind of bored of queuing up to tournaments with it. I feel like we could play this better. Could we have? What do we... I'm trying to think what else we could have done. Obviously, the whole point was we were digging, because if we found one piece of the puzzle, we could use the skill to search for the other. But we never quite found it. But, I mean, if there was a better play, I'm open to hearing it. The Namekian Space Duck. Namekian? Is that like Namekian as in like Dragon Ball? It's such an elegant creature quack. We should just start saying random popular phrases from other countries. Chicken's about to win this. Apparently not. I mean, I'm not going to read that out in case that is something like rude. No YouTube allowed? You're always allowed on YouTube, Valley. You're always allowed. Quackalicious. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a multicultural game. I don't know what you're talking about. We, as the English, will claim Yu-Gi-Oh! As our own. A word's most obvious shady of all turn. Exactly. Surprised he didn't have Heavenly. I was wondering if he was going to have Heavenly, which is why I did all that first and kept everything else back. I mean, turn 2, I probably went Magician before all the digging. What would that have accomplished, though? Like, we'd have to be lucky enough to just find the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Else nothing else would have mattered, right? Because we already had everything else we needed. It was literally, we needed... The only hit that would have made any difference would have been the Red Eyes. And it shuffles the deck afterwards, so it's not like it changes the order of the deck or anything. I mean, maybe it was the correct play, but I just don't... I don't see it. I mentioned my fellow YNs in the UK carry ZKs in their tracksuit bottoms. YNs. You could mill something to add back later. If you milled Meteor or a Red Eyes, you could then search Fusion. We already had Meteor, though. Right? We needed Fusion and Red Eyes, and you can't send... So it would have to be exactly the regular Red Eyes, which would have sorted us out. But if we sent Red Eyes Moon, we don't have any way to get that back to our hand, so that doesn't help us. And if we sent Meteor, we already had Meteor, so that doesn't help us. So it literally had to be exactly the regular Red Eyes Black Dragon. I think you added Meteor with the first Excavate. No, my Excavate's all whiffed. Like, all of them. We added Meteor with the skill. Oh, we talk about... Sorry. Again, every card is called Meteor in this deck, by the way. I think that's where we're getting our wires crossed. When I heard Meteor, I heard Meteor Flare Fusion. But you might mean Meteor Dragon. Vanilla. Okay. There we go. There we go. But that's still good though, right? Like, what changes if we use Legend first? We could put Meteor in the graveyard. Now we don't have a Meteor. So now that means that in order to get access to the Meteor, we have to summon out Rocket Medic. We'll use Rocket Medic to change a card in our hand into Meteor. We're now back to square one and nothing else has changed. Like, the logic is there'd be one less card in deck, which means the Drakes have a higher chance to hit the Meteor Flare Fusion, I guess. I think that's what we're talking about. Which does make sense. That does make sense. Alright, YNs in the UK. What is a YN? Carry ZKs in their tracksuit bottoms. Well, we're saying tracksuit, so immediately my brain is going chav. So a YN could be like a yob or a yobbo. I don't know what an N would be. ZK. What would a chav carry around in their tracksuit bottom? Begins with Z. I got nothing. I have no idea. Discussing about where could an anime character store their phone since their blade goes in their back. Their blade goes in their back. I'm so out of my depth here, PTRG. Don't touch that sentence. Apparently not. You still play the same list as earlier or changed up some ratios? I mean, we haven't, like, we've had one loss, and that was to opponent drawing the one-off, so, like, we haven't really had any need to change it. Are you a 2 Meteor Drake? I think. So if you milled Vanilla Meteor with Magician, you could dig 8 cards for Fusion, and then skill adds Red Eyes. Okay, so the logic is, if we use Legend Magician, then... Oh, are you saying because we added both? Like, we revealed both? But then, the problem is, when you throw Legend Magician into the mix, it shuffles the deck, so we can't use hindsight, right? You have to look at it as... Would this just naturally always be the best play? And potentially. I don't know if the math entirely works out, though. I don't think in that situation it would have mattered. Roadman speak be chefing up tomatoes noodle. Exactly, exactly. I knew you'd have an idea. Well, he is another UK bloke in the chitty chatty. Alright. Let's see what happens. I mean, the idea is if the mills suck, you just summon the 2 Meteor Drakes and do the same thing you did. I mean, yeah. I'm just trying to work out if... No, I think it does make sense to do the Legend Magician first either way. Because again, if the mill sucks, you just do the other play anyway, like you say, so... Because there's no, like, benefit to doing Drake first. Speaking of, Drake first, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, boo. Just give me 3 pluses all the time, come on. I mean, I could go for a fusion play here. I don't even, like, hate it. Screw it, let's go for it. Let's go Meteor Flare Fusion. We'll put this in attack mode. One, 2, 3, 4. Boo! I can't tell if we were getting really lucky before or if we're getting unlucky now. Because every time we've been resolving Drake, we've always gotten a plus, like, so far. Like, almost every single activation. YN is young 5-letter word. Then ZK... Ah, are you talking about a 6-letter word that sometimes is spelled differently and is 5 letters? Zombie killer. Bro, is this card ass? I mean, Meteor Drake is like okay if it hits. The issue is it's not always going to hit. 4 whiffs in a row. I mean, it happens, right? Nothing we can really do about it. Argent 2.0. Exactly. When this thing's been hitting all day though. When it does hit, it's just like a 3+. Like there, if we had hit and then we brought it back and hit again, that's just a 3+2, which is kind of crazy. I mean, do we just like hit this? He can't. He's going to gain 500 attack, so he's going to clear the whole board with just this. I guess we'll do this. Like, if he just tributes over for, like, 2 more guys, it's whatever, right? He'd need another copy of V-Friend to, like, get actual value off this. And yeah, you 100% excavate the one you didn't choose. Yo, it's Giftarist! No, my poor Drake! He whiffed twice, but I still love him. I mean, I can just use this and get it back again, which is really funny. There's no reason not to. Go, Meteor Swarm Dragon! Go, Meteor Drake! He landed a hit! 3rd time's the charm! Okay. I could go for another swarm. There's like no reason to, but I could do it. It is within the realm of possibility. If I tribute, I'd have to use both of those after. And I'm not gonna have room. Is there a way to threaten lethal? We'd have to just swing into that. Swing both indirect. I mean, we already threaten lethal with just what we have. We don't need to, like, dig super crazy. Isn't this double pop fusion? So I could go double pop fusion, but it's a little bit awkward. Because I have to summon both of these. I suppose I don't have to. I could just go for that one first, because it's already in the graveyard. Right, we'll go medic first. Activate the effect. I'll swap this for this. Then tribute 1. No, because he's gonna get stuck. Am I dumb? Yes. I am dumb. That doesn't work how I need it to. Oh no, because we've got the skill. Yeah, so the skill gets us there. Okay, this is fine then. Right. Tribute 1, Tribute 2 to summon this. That's part 1. Activate the skill. Reveal this. Grab another one. Meteor Flare Fusion. Use this, blast this, go into this. Then we go Legendary Magician, activate its effect. 1, 2, 3. Add this back. We go into this. I mean, it's just this, right? Is it actually nobody Phantom Thief? Wait, you had nobody... Oh, because you could... There's no point in using it. So now you use it when I attack. That's annoying. There's nothing we can do about it. So now you use it, and then I don't win this turn. I mean, we lost the 50-50 is what happened there. It is what it is. The scary thing is, if he gets really lucky, we could just die on this crackback. Like, this deck has the ability to wipe my whole board and kill me, if he gets lucky. It's going to come down to how many V-Friends he has access to. Rhythmical Performer. Well, there's one V-Friend in the bin, so that's good. That hasn't changed anything, so you always had access to one that was already in the graveyard. Please, Psychics, do it. I mean, I really like this deck. V-Friend, I think, is a really cool deck. It's just a little bit inconsistent. So, like, it can still absolutely destroy people, but you just have to get a little bit lucky. Right, V-Friend is here. Now, do we have everything in the bin already? Are we missing something? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we actually do have everything, right? Yeah, he's got everything in the bin already. So he can pop 2 and both go up to 3,000. Befriend special ability. If the last card in his hand is Psychic Composition, he wins. He needs Psychic Composition. No! Battle phase! You are the chosen one, random Japanese player. This hand doesn't actually do anything, guys. We've already searched Meteor Dragon, so we can't search it again. So, unironically, we might still lose this game. Wait, did we search Meteor Dragon? Now I'm second guessing myself if we actually searched a Meteor Dragon or not. I'm pretty sure we did, right? Yeah, last turn. I was going to say. Yeah, we got 2. We got 2. Okay, that's fine. So getting a search here does nothing. We already have him in grave. Which means the only play we have is Secret Order. Set. Set 3. Punch. Yeah. Yeah, you got it from the graveyard? Yeah, exactly. Alright, Psychic Bro. That was a good hit. If he has Psychic Composition, that's a huge hit. We're going to pop another back row. Oh, misses. Psychic Composition! That's the last Psychic Composition! Which means we can summon out the last V-Friend. Oh, we chose not to. Ooh. Why would we do this? Dream Drummer. Okay. Activate Dream Drummer. So he's going to put the V-Friends back in the deck. No, we're putting Kitar Kid back in. Does it have to be low level? He wants the 500 life points? No? Why would we put that one back specifically? Why are you putting a skill target back in my deck? Was that slime? Yeah, a back row slime. Oh, we put that in to be a skill target for ourselves? But then what's the benefit? We got Esperade. Life points are nowhere near low enough to use its effect, though. Oh no, he loses to deck out! No! Psychic Bros! Psychic Bros! Psychic Bros, no! Hit me! It didn't even want to hit me. Surrender? No. Oh, that was a wild game. We'll save that. I don't know. I don't know if any of that is going to make it into a video, to be honest, but maybe. Who even knows? He sniped 2 and missed the good one. To be fair, he couldn't have killed through trap hole either. So, like, he would have needed to win 2 snipes. Would trap hole save you? Well, he needed all 3 monsters to kill. So, take away one of those bosses. He only has 2 monsters. So then he attacks over 1 for 600, attacks into the defense position monster, and then doesn't have any other damage. So, you know. It is what it is. Well, from Brazil. Is that Yuga Odo? Damn, son. Let's see what bro's got for us. I believe. I believe. I believe in you, Will. This, by the way, is a banger going second hand, considering it has no way to further my game plan other than hopefully draw 4. What did you lose against? We lost to Dimension Linker Gradius. And the reason we lost was because they had Freed and 2 level 8s. Which I guess 2 level 8s isn't anything too shocking. No, I can't get my draw 4. How could you? Right, we'll Pog first. We might be in trouble, guys. Okay. So what are our options? We dig for exactly the 1 in 23. Or I guess it's a 3 in 23. You know, we're going to do it. Because, like, what have we got to lose? Who cares if we lose this game, right? Realistically. Who gives a shit? We'll just... If this lands, this is hype. It didn't land. There's no point in sending those to the graveyard. So we will set 1. We will set 2. We will set 3. And we'll set 4. Then we're going to pass. Booyah. Come at me, bro. 4 in 23? Is it 4? We'd reveal 3, because it would be a 1 in 23, then a 1 in 22, and then a 1 in 21. Right? But I think maybe I'm overthinking this a little bit. I mean, if you got Vanilla Meteor. What does Vanilla Meteor do for me, though? Oh, because I've got Dragon's Chick. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I keep forgetting, like, little things that the deck does. Even though, like, it should be extremely obvious, but my brain, for some reason, is not working today. That's fine. You can have that. Master Axel Road, let's go! Could even get, could even beat the Vanilla Monster. Nah. There's no way. There's no way Meteor Dragon could ever stand up to the power of the Dark Sorcerer. This card, by the way, actually becomes kind of relevant later on. This has, like, fusions and stuff. Did he add 2 Seven's Road Magician to his hand? Okay. Activate Seven's Road Magician. Sends Polymerization. Swordsman of Roadstar comes down. Now he activates the Fusion spell card. This is unfortunately dead now, which is a little bit of a shame. I mean, we're just going to do this now. I think we always hit both. Tortoise trap. Why are you acting surprised here? Have you not seen the quality of game we have had today? It should not be surprising. What do we want to do here? I mean, this is dead. This doesn't do anything. We have a fusion spell at the moment. We don't necessarily need it. We have 1, 2. If I can find the vanilla red eyes. 1, 2, 3. Boo. Yeah, we'll send this to the graveyard. Okay, so we're probably just gonna go for the first play and see what he does. So we're gonna tribute over this. Nothing. Then we're gonna flip over Flare Fusion. Go for this, and we'll go for this. Summon out this. Let's hit this. No delay there. Okay. So, options. We can summon this. Go for that. See if we can hit the 1. Or we go for that. Hope we can find that. I think it's always this, right? We'll go check. Activate check. Check brings back Drake. Tribute to summon Drake. Activate Drake. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we were never finding anything. That's fine. Then we'll go ahead and activate Meteor Black Rising. We'll reveal that we have this. We'll go ahead and grab this from the bin. Now the question becomes, this has 1,000 defense, so we can just clear over it with this. And then to have lethal, we would have to use this, go for this, and then just, you know, as is. I forgot we also had this, but that's fine. But this clears. Okay, he does have a back row. That is very funny. That is very, very funny that that was the back row. Okay. Let's see what he's got. It'd be funny if Tomato loses. At this point, I think it would be better content if I lose. This isn't lethal. So yeah, we need one more piece. Circle of Sparks. It's a curtain. It's not a circle. Come on, Giorfio. It's a curtain. I can't wait for Spark Hearts to come out as an archetype in this game, by the way. It's going to be so good. Oh, my bad. We forgive you. We have achieved peak. Right, Light Sorcerer comes down. Seven's Road Witch comes down. Seven's Road Witch effect. Sending Recital. Behold, the Seven's Road Magician. Activating its effect, its attack raises to 3,000. Summoning the Strange Witch. Oh no, are we forced to leave me with... do I get to keep Swarm? Oh no. No, okay, I don't. I don't get to keep Swarm. Okay, thank God. Thank God, that would be so catastrophic. I get to keep Legendary Magician though, which is nice. It's nice. I like keeping it. I'm a beginner. I didn't know that card too well. That's a shame. It's okay, Giorfio. We like to foster newer players in here. You're always welcome. We can teach you how to play the game. Is it worth finally sinking gems into Rush? I mean, it's entirely subjective, right? If you think there's going to be something for you, yeah. But if there's not, we still do not have the boy in the bin. I guess we'll go Legendary Magician first. See, that's the card I needed in my hand. There's... There is a reason to put you in the graveyard specifically with this. Then... I mean, I have access to the skill target anyway. Then we can just search Red Eyes, right? So, like, I have everything I need. No, because then I need you to get the spell. So use you to get the spell. That means I still need this to get that. Okay. Alright. Chick. Activate Chick. Chick gets me back Meteor Dragon. Activate the skill. Meteor Dragon. Grab Red Eyes, who just refuses to come out of my deck unless I force him. Then we go Medic. Activate Medic. Get back Flare Fusion. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon out this. Activate Meteor Flare Fusion. We'll go into you by using you and you. Come on down. I want to get rid of you, please. Then I guess we will go Legendary Magician. Activate the effect. I mean, this is already lethal, but you know, we're doing stuff. Sure, I don't need that. Hey. Surely we find him now. We would never find him. How successful was Legend Magician in terms of finding Red Eyes? It helps. If we're being honest, it wasn't crazy helpful in the majority of games. I would say Legend Magician was really, really helpful, probably in about 33% of games. But it was helpful. We've done it, guys. We succeeded. We have reached our power max. We have and become best duelist in the world. To be honest, I still think the mill is pretty nice. Wouldn't cut it. Yeah, I might trim it to like 2 copies. I don't think I would get rid of it altogether, personally. But, you know, it is what it is. But we have also reached the end of stream time. So we are going to be closing up shop for the day. I don't know if anyone we know is streaming. Let me have a look. Let me see if there's anyone to raid into. There's someone called Honey Peach who looks like a VTuber with 117 viewers. I'm assuming they're quite, you know, medium-sized VTuber. We could raid into them. I could also have a look if we've got any of our friends that are currently streaming. Looks like none of them are playing Duel Links at the very least. We got How is streaming. We could raid into How. But we will be back tomorrow. Not tomorrow. That's not how that works. Try to spell How's name right. But yeah, we will be back. Probably not until Tuesday. Again, I don't really want to stream on Sunday because I'm not going to be tryharding the GRF, and I'd rather you guys were watching someone who was tryharding the GRF. So if there is someone tryharding the GRF that is streaming on Sunday, I'll probably be in their stream, hanging out and watching them. So you might, you know, you might get lucky. You might see like a mono stream. Might be something like that. That could be pretty cool. But thank you so much for watching. Should also actually probably start the raid as well. That'd probably be a good thing. We're going to go raid into How. How is playing Simpsons Hit and Run. So that'll be an interesting one. But thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.